Hey everyone, this is Zui7 and I am streaming the Lord of the Rings online, getting started a little bit late here unfortunately, but today the main feature is going to be some Gondor epic battles, and I'm going to be honest that I am not sure if I'm going to do those on my Warden. Currently I'm thinking about going on my Beorning because that is probably my character that can actually use those the most, get the biggest benefit out of running those. Otherwise, this is a Warden's Gondor stream even with that, so I do plan to do a little bit of stuff in South Ithilien is where I have kind of settled in my Gondor questing on this character, so that is what we'll be doing. I'm probably going to warm up for a few minutes and just get settled a little bit more with the quest. I believe I still have a lot to do, it looks like, and I have to go to the ruins of Brangobel, I think is the main quest that I should work on now. That I remember, because Faramir's Lookout will be a little bit northeast of that. So we will start traveling to the northern sections of South Ithilien. It looks like I believe I have done all around the more Losenark side down there already, south of kind of Barhurin and the road. Also the book quest of interest here, Volume 4, Book 3. That is in the Osgiliath Culverts, and I am nowhere near there yet. I know on this character I first was actually looking just to do the book quest here, and then maybe if I wanted to go back and fill out Eastern Gondor, but I have found this to actually be a very fun part of Eastern Gondor South Ithilien, and so I decided to just stop that and do the regular zone quests, which are usually what I enjoy most, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I do want to say, after all this time, hello to Ivan Stainer, who was here waiting for a while, I believe. And yes, I did finally start this stream. Alright, got my Virtue XP, which I'm saving for the April 22nd to 26th weekend. And I do want to point out that for this stream, initially I was hoping for it to be a little bit of a longer stream, but today has been a slow day for me. And that is actually one reason the stream is later than I initially wanted. I was hoping to actually do it like, well, actually 40 minutes ago or so, but that obviously did not happen because of how slow today has been. So I'm not sure how long I will be able to go. Usually the epic battles, I'm guessing that'll be roughly like 2 hours with my kinship. That's about our normal time for running things. It's been a little bit of variability there lately, but that is kind of what I'm expecting for the epic battles, and then maybe returning to the Warden and doing a couple quest sets after that is my current plan, at least. This is a very pretty zone, considering what all is going on with the Shadow of Mordor and that type of stuff. I don't actually need to head south, we already quested there. Getting distracted by actually the pretty landscape is what is going on. I need to go to the north and go to the ruins of Brangobel for my first set of quests. And as far as this character goes, I believe, actually it's been a while since I've played, so I do not have these subscriber town services. And also as an outlook, I don't plan to stream tomorrow, and Friday I probably won't stream, but I might have a video Friday. I'll have to see on that. It basically depends what I can do tomorrow for it, but tomorrow's going to be a pretty busy day for me overall. Actually, this whole week has been busy, but sometimes it is good to take a break from busy things and kind of reset. So taking an evening to stream and play LOTRO I do not think is a bad thing. One problem so I have an exam basically coming up Friday and a few other projects that I've been working on is what has been going on, just to give some context. And usually I like taking breaks from studying and that type of stuff, but when I take breaks, usually I prefer them to be maybe half an hour or an hour breaks, and a few of those intermittently. Unfortunately, that does not work well with streaming, so I'm hoping to take some of those breaks tomorrow, and that will give me some time to actually edit a video for Friday. Now, the video for Friday is exciting for me, but it might not be something that everybody... I don't want to say something that not everybody would enjoy, but maybe not everybody would find useful, since my guide videos usually when I upload them, they're relatively less popular than my other videos because the guides are just specific if you actually need to learn about whatever, usually that type of stuff. So it is going to be a guide video. I have a class guide for the first time in a long while, and it's a completely new format. So that is exciting. What do I even need to do here? Oh, defeat orc spies. I'm just like running around killing things. Did not even know my quest was to kill things. Just specifically orc spies, which I don't think this Morgul Marauder is. But yeah, that is what is going on and what is coming up. Now this weekend, the next time I plan to stream is actually hoping Saturday. Should be good by then. Okay, I think I can head west, and that'll get me some more of these orc spies. In fact, there is one orc spy. There's another one. Wait, there's the one I was targeting, the other one. And that should wrap up the quest. Now I need to bury ranger supplies. So that was not it. Oh no, we were getting all the ranger supplies and stuff and getting it out of rubble. Now we are actually burying supplies in the rubble, which is odd. Also, I did get my audio situation fixed. I think that was last stream that I did have some issues with that, and that should all be fixed now. So I can actually hear the game audio again, and it is, as far as I know, it looks like it is playing on the stream. Let me actually unmute this, make sure I can hear it. Yeah, that sounds about normal. That was a good burst of damage, but not quite enough to kill the orc. I think actually all I needed was either the gambit builder or an auto attack, and that was actually enough to kill the orc. This time I got a bleed, so even if I didn't continue attacking that orc, the precise strike, precise throw I guess it's called, would have killed it. Okay, searching for more rubble. I should probably turn floating names on for a quest like this, and I'm guessing I need to head, yeah, to the east, where I have not been and where I used to be pretty frequently. I think I already looted this corpse. Maybe I looted a different one, but we'll try this one again. I'm guessing... Oh, that one actually did have loot. That is exciting. The loot itself is not exciting, but it was exciting that I was able to get loot. There's the rubble. I'm guessing... Oh, I'm actually standing on it. That works. I just saw the text for that, the rubble name there, hiding behind the building or whatever, the ruins type building. So I thought maybe it was on the other side, but it was not. So with the epic battles, that's probably something I should talk about. We have about 12 minutes until the actual Kin event for that. But to talk about that, so the epic battles in general are something that just doesn't excite me, epic battles, especially the Helm's Deep ones. But the Gondor ones, I have to admit, are not too bad. There's some interesting things going on, and they're a little bit more active feeling than the Rohan ones, but at the same time, there are a couple things in the Rohan ones. Especially if you're an engineer and know how to work the catapults, that's what can make those West Rohan, the Helm's Deep epic battles, more interesting. But the Gondor ones, there's a little bit less of that. There's more activity that you can actually do on the ground and with your character, which to me overall is more exciting. Now, an issue with the epic battles is they still are not the most fun to me. They still feel relatively unepic. It's not as bad with the Gondor ones again compared to what I feel with the West Rohan ones, that those completely feel unepic. But I can enjoy them, and I will say Retaking Pelargir, that is one of the Gondor epic battles, and that one is pretty fun to me. It's my favorite epic battle, I should say. It can be fun sometimes to run. There's a little bit of slowness with that that is usually what bothers me, where you're just like sitting at 8 point in an epic battle and doing basically nothing. That is usually what I kind of dislike about them. In addition, of course, to the West Rohan ones, you're more so playing an epic battle character and not really your class in those. For the most part, there are some exceptions. And yes, Ivan, I did get your YouTube recommendation on Discord. I think I replied to that. I meant to at least. I believe I replied to it. Yeah, I said, so you had the idea of doing like a video on survival barrel downs on every class. So that is something that I would, probably back in the day, I would have maybe done. Enter, we'll go ahead and enter and then look at the Faramir's outlook later. I think that is something before I started streaming and before my channel is where it was today, so just back in time, that was something I would be a lot more interested in now, but nowadays that is probably something I would do as a live stream if I did like a survival barrel down, seeing how I could do that on all these different classes and characters. I have done somewhat similar stuff with skirmishes and missions, so it is a possibility. And we have my cat knocking the microphone around, which seems to be as usual lately. Alright, I should pet the cat with my left hand so I can actually do stuff. And I believe we are good to leave this little building. At least this building wasn't turned into complete ruins. It was actually still functional. I wonder if that was what had to do with like the secret, or if the Orcish plans were the secret part of that. Yeah, so Ivan, that does sound like something that could be fun to try out. To be honest, it's something I'm less so in the mood for right now. Maybe at some point in the future I'd be more in the mood for something like that. But with all the things I have to do in LOTRO and I want to do in LOTRO, that's just like a little bit lower, I guess, on my priority list of things that sound exciting to do at the current moment. See, I need to eventually look for the, I think I need to go to this rock. I actually need to interact with this cairn. I guess this might give me a new quest, actually. Buried Nemorin is a challenging camp. While quests within can be completed alone, it is recommended you adventure with a friend. That is kind of funny. Let's see. It can be dangerous alone, but I think I will take their advice. I think we'll go to this quest camp with a friend. I don't know what you all think about that, but I will take a friend, and I'm actually going to take this ill-omened hound. That is the friend I'm going to take to this camp. And I do want to point out we have about seven-ish minutes to the epic battle, so I should probably not get too invested actually into that particular quest. So I might wait to do that one later and actually do the 2 Faramir's Outlook, continue that quest from the northern cairn right now. And yeah, Ivan, I totally get that you're not like rushing me or forcing me to that, but I just wanted to talk about my thoughts with doing a video like that. And hello, Nathan Philip Connors. Alright, I do not know what my cat wants besides attention, so it's probably just attention right now. See, I believe that is actually a wolf. For some reason it looked like a rock sticking up. I think I just need to go up here a little bit. This cairn does not have a quest for me, unfortunately, and it looks like Faramir's Lookout. I always want to call it Faramir's Outlook, but it is Faramir's Lookout that is up to the north that I want to go to now, and I think that is where I will be most interested in traveling, because then I can get my milestone, and that'll probably be good timing for me to go ahead and get wrapped up with this character. And again, I am planning right now for the epic battles to do my Beorning probably, but we'll log on to my Beorning, let me get the name straight, Luening the Beorning. And I will double check with him that I actually need to run the epic battles on that character. Now, if my kin, if they need me on my Warden for some reason, like if we don't have many people in the group that are DPS role, where they could take out the, what are they called? Something foes, epic foes, I think is what they're called. If we don't have a DPS to take those out, basically, or a few DPS to take those out, it is possible that I would stay on my Warden. There are a couple things I could get on my Warden. Mainly level 100 jewelry would be the big appealing thing, but I would actually I could also get some LI boost that I get on my Warden versus running on my Beorning, but the main reason I like to run epic battles is actually just to get my 200 promotion points, and then I like to ignore that character and switch to another one so they can work on their 200 promotion points. And for people that don't know, getting 200 promotion points in total will complete 2 deeds that each give you actually 1 trait point. So you get 2 class trait points basically for doing that. And yes, Ivan, this is a cat stream. And you said your Beorning is called Bet Bang. I believe I have seen you sometimes on the server. Actually, I play, for people that don't know, this character is on the Anor server. Oh, up north. Need to turn around. I was like looking at that. I'm like, I don't think this is the lookout rather. Alright, here is the person I need to talk to. I wonder with this camp, it's probably worth doing the task actually for this place as well. Shattered Hatchets is one. Normally have a bunch of Shattered Hatchets, so I'll go ahead and turn that one in. And let me see, eventually I will be connecting, I guess it's only 6:56, it feels a little bit later than that actually to me. It feels like we should already be forming the group, mainly because I think most people are on, and for me to actually type need to move the cat who is taking up all of the space in front of me, but taking up all the attention that she can get right now. And causing some static electricity, which is not good. Alright, other thing, Shattered Spears. Usually that is not going to be a task item, I notice. It actually says it may be turned in for task. Maybe that's something that is higher level, and right now we're stuck on the Pitted Sword Sheaths and Shattered Hatchets tier. But yeah, I will actually lock the Shattered Hatchets because I know I will get a ton of those, and that will make sure that I can get the task done. I also do want to remind people, I guess, that I do not have the subscriber town services on this character yet. If I get on this character after the epic battles, that's probably something I will pick up. Now, I wonder if it's worth saving the Moon Lands. I really don't know what the Moon Lands armor will look like. I don't even know if I can get a full armor set of the Moon Lands, so maybe I will lock those. As full as my inventory already is, we'll save some other things for potential cosmetics. Now, Ivan, yes, I have heard that many times actually, that my voice sounds kind of ASMR-like. I've also heard my cat sounds ASMR-like. Maybe that's more so of a joke though. I actually don't even know if y'all can hear her purring sometimes on the microphone. I really don't know if that picks it up. Like when she's standing right in front of it and blocking my mouth basically. I also notice it looks like I'm slightly off position for the face cam. Alright, so yeah, I already did the task, don't need to look at that again. I'm basically stuck. This actually got me a little bit quicker. I got here a little bit quicker than I initially thought I would. Let me look at Osgiliath. That is something I need to do. Oh, wait for it. Eventually this will work. I think I'm looking at Osgiliath. Alright, I'm going to unfortunately be spamming chat with look at Osgiliath. None of those are working. Let me go to the exact location on the map. I actually don't even see the location on the map. It's supposed to come up with a message. This is like a good place to look at Osgiliath. It actually came up earlier. Here's a good, right behind the tree is a good place to look at Osgiliath. Okay, well, we'll take it. It is very hard to type. I'm actually not even going to capitalize stuff because it's too hard to type with the cat here. Okay, so, oh no, we need to look towards the Morgul Vale. This seems like an actually good place to look. It's kind of interesting now that we have Minas Morgul looking at the Morgul Vale. I guess a little bit more interesting, kind of neat that the Minas Morgul zone is actually in the game right now. Of course, on this server, I believe, rather, not just on this server, but in South Ithilien, the road there is blocked. But if you go to North Ithilien, North Ithilien has technically a little bit of a post-battle area that is also covered in South Ithilien, so that is when you can go to the Morgul Vale. Which the Morgul Vale, of course, being the Minas Morgul zone. Let's see, heavy armor with tactical mastery, okay then. Light armor with tactical mastery, that makes a little bit of sense. And then heavy armor with block and parry, but no medium armor. Actually, this is medium armor, I totally misread that. This was the point that I wanted to make, actually. This is medium armor with might, vitality, and tactical mastery. And that is what does not make much sense. Now that armor itself, I wonder, there's probably a few cosmetics that match this. That could look pretty neat as a cosmetic, so I am actually interested in saving the Moonlands now. I have the pants, but of course the pants won't be shown with that. Fortunately for me, it looks like people are a little bit slow gathering for the epic battles. So what I need to do, actually, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if my Beorning has the epic battles we need unlocked yet, so I might be switching characters around a little bit. But this character for right now is settled, and we can switch to my Beorning in the middle of the Warden's Gondor stream. And hello, Michael, and Phase Pro-Geralt, rather. You got all the quests from the promotion last year, but you started 2 days ago. And would I recommend buying the expansion Trove or just go for Minas Morgul and War of Three Peaks? Where is my Beorning? There we are. So if you want to get all the content, I believe you would still need the expansions that are in the expansion trove. But having said that, the quest packs that are included in the promotion contain a lot of content that could cover similar level ranges, but not exactly what is covered from the expansions in the trove. So I guess if I have time here, I'll go ahead and look at the map and break it down maybe a little bit. So the quest packs will cover up to Moria, which gets you up to level 50, but then Moria has 50 to 60, and that's not really covered by too many quest packs outside of that. Inadoith would cover Mirkwood level 60 to 65. And then after that, it's a little bit more spread out. I would say Moria is something you could really skip if you wanted to, missing that one, but if you get the expansion trove, it will cover a lot of stuff. Especially West Rohan's a big one, that is 85 to 95, can only get that with the expansion. Same with actually Mordor. I kind of forget about Mordor being in the expansion trove, so that one's 105 to 115. So it's something that I think if you actually are interested in all that content, especially all the high level stuff, I think that could be a good option for you. Usually, my cat will get in the way of the stream or just lay in front of my keyboard, but she's wanting extra attention today right now. So with the group, we're a little bit slow forming right now. I'm going to go ahead and join my Kent's Discord, so just so people know, I am always on push to talk with that, and you'll will still hear the in-game audio in the background while I have them in my headphones. Hello. Okay, so I believe we're going to start with Retaking Pelargir. So that is an epic battle that my Beorning can do, but to look at my Beorning real quick, I have 44 promotion points, which means I am rank 2. So this is the character, I think I've done my Runekeeper and Warden as far as promotions points go, and this is the character I have next. Heritage. Oh, this character's inventory is even more of a mess than my Warden's. That is not good. See, I have the XP disabler, but this group, I think I don't remember if I did this on stream, actually covered that, but let's see, we were doing something. Yeah, don't remember if I actually covered that on stream, but as you all know, some of you may know, honestly, I have no idea where I'm taking this character, but getting distracted by the kin chat, unfortunately. So, with this character, they were in the Moria progression group, but we're basically moving that group very slowly past Moria. One problem with the group is we've had so much new content to do with this server going up to like Gondor, especially with Gondor. There's so much content in Gondor that we haven't had time to set up many events for the lower level stuff, the progression group. Let's see. For this character, I am not planning on doing missions right now. I guess that's just where this character happens to be. It looks like I haven't even done the missions on this character. I really don't know what to do with this character, to be honest. It's just while sitting around waiting. Maybe I should go somewhere to clean my inventory. I will go to Bree, and then I can reforge my allies and sell at the very least. So Pro Geralt, you were wondering if the expansions would cover leveling you to the latest content. So with the code, if you use the code to get all the quest packs, that will get you up to Wells of Lingflood, which is update 20. What update was that? 26 maybe? So doing the quest packs and the expansions would cover you leveling to the latest content. Minas Morgul, actually, that is something I should point out. So the expansion trove itself will get you up to level 115, and then having all the quest packs on top of that will get you to 120. Then Minas Morgul will be 120 to 130. There's not much to actually replace Minas Morgul itself being 120 to 130. And then one of these zones you will get is 130, Wells of Lingflood. And then the War of Three Peaks, of course, is 130 only. So I hope that helps. I know I'm a little bit scattered with my thoughts on that right now. Jumping in, trying to, it's sometimes hard for me to talk and actually listen to my Discord chatter going on. I want to stay aware of what is going on, and we're being extra slow with forming the group right now. We're actually getting this started. And this character is such a mess that I'm just thinking about what I actually need to do on it. But a peaceful walk through Bree. This is more of a run through Bree, but it is actually nice right now.
Would you do something for me?
Okay, I don't even have enough inventory space to get my town services.
What can I do for you?
I believe I can also destroy maybe the axe. No, that is a Beorning's axe. I wonder if it's worth on this character actually saving something like a DPS cloak. Probably not, but I do want to deconstruct that. That is something I should send to my bank alt. My bank alt's inventory is also getting pretty full because I'm kind of hoarding all these new Agroth and Will of the Willow pieces that can be deconstructed into crafting materials, because I like to... I wonder if I should save this axe for offhand. Probably not. But yeah, I'm saving those for crafting materials, but I don't know exactly what crafting materials I... Oh, what is... There we go. That is the name of my bank vault. I really don't like that name all too much, but... I am also very bad with coming up with names, so that is where that came in. Also, this nodding gear I can probably send just to my bank vault. I don't know if I'd want this agility. This could be a decentish one, but I probably will go ahead and send that just to clear out this character's inventory a little bit. These are all... Oh, I sent all these to my lore master, all these second age books. I'll go ahead and send them back to my lore master, and hopefully remember to log into them to collect those. believe I finally upgraded my rings. Could actually, I'll probably lock that one and look at them a little bit more. This is also probably a necklace worth saving. That's also a problem with a character like this, since I primarily play tank. Sometimes I do like to have some DPS gear, and also like to have gear, very defensive gear, if I do need it for content we're doing, since sometimes we run stuff with this progression group, we've run stuff under-leveled and undermanned, understaffed, I guess.
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something? How can I be of service?
Yeah, I'm not sure, unfortunately, why it's taking us so long to actually get this group, so maybe I will take this character somewhere where I can do something. Something I actually do have to think about with this character, I thought about doing a Dunland playthrough and Rise of Isengard playthrough, and for that, I believe I could actually start the book quest now, even though I'm only level 61. I think it could be a good level to get like a full playthrough of all that content and not over level stuff. As you all probably know, kind of similar to my Hunter and Wildwood, I like to start things under level if possible so I don't way out level it as I'm going through it. So Shadow Hunt 60, you just logged into your level 75 Hobbit Warden after 10 years, and you got 230 LOTRO points from that. That's a lot of LOTRO points. That's just from logging in that character. That's pretty crazy. That is, so I actually looked on the LOTRO forums for the first time in a few years. I had a little post there, but it actually gave me, let me see if I can actually find the screenshot. It'll just take a minute. But I actually found about how long, I guess that would give an estimate for how long I have actually played LOTRO. And July 2nd, 2010 was the date on that for at least when I joined the forums. And as far as I know, you join the forums just when you make your account. I'm not entirely sure. Like 100% that is how that works. But the point is that I have actually been playing a little over 10 years, it seems like, and that does kind of align with my thoughts that I started shortly after the anniversary. So while I have been playing almost 11 years, my custom character portrait, I believe, is only the 9-year frame. Did I say a little under 11 years is what I actually mean? A little over 10 years. Okay, sounds like a couple other people in the group are slowly getting ready. So I believe I want to go to launch an Enedwaith. I guess I have to go out of bear form. This one I don't have discovered, but this is exactly... There we go. Clicking the wrong button. This is exactly the reason I have mithril coins. I'm still very stingy about actually spending mithril coins, but at least swift traveling to a place where I can unlock the travel and all that, I don't believe is too bad of a spend for a single mithril coin. Yeah, I am super stingy with mithril coins, even for traveling when I already have 275, but
what is your purpose here?
I don't know why, it's just super hard for me to actually do that. So I am actually curious why I did not have the swift travel unlocked. It could have been that my level wasn't too low. This character, it says level too low.
What have we to say to each other?
But for Enedwaith, I don't know, I could have been too low. I think Dunland, I think I've been there on this character. I think I've been to Galtrab, which is kind of odd. I don't remember why I went there. Actually, I do remember why I went there. My kin was doing a chicken run to Minas Tirith, and I joined them on this character for at least the Enedwaith portion. And I was kind of scattered about joining them on that, just following their adventure. I actually put one character on follow for a long portion of that. Alright, so Yeah, for this character, what I want to do is go find the book quest, and the book quest for Rise of Isengard, if I remember correctly, starts actually at the camp up here in Thor's Combe. So we can at least get some travel. So Enidwaith, to talk a little bit about this zone, it is actually, I feel like an underrated zone, even maybe by myself, the landscape of it. You know, I really like the questing here. I think I've talked about that a lot whenever the zones comes up. I've always had fun questing here. But the landscape itself, I don't know, there's just something about it that makes it really nice to me. It has some variety. I feel like that's a big component of it. There is some snowy areas to the east. It reminds me also of a place like this, a little bit of Eregion. It's not quite as big and vast as the Eregion. Yeah, I think the zone, if I remember correctly, is actually called Eregion, not Eregion. It is something that's one of the things I have been learning recently about actually correctly pronouncing some of the places in LOTRO. And for some reason, that one I have kind of forgotten, but I think it is Eregion. Alright, there we go. We're finally starting with the epic battle, only a little over 15 minutes late. I could have stayed on my Warden the whole time, probably. And we could have done more quests, but this is okay. Got my Beorning a little bit settled, and it was actually good for me, I feel like, because I am honestly a little bit excited now to have this character as somebody to maybe go through Rise of Isengard pretty soon on. Now, I do want to look at this character's spec. I'm going to be most useful either doing damage or healing. I don't know that I can do all that much damage scaled up to 100, unfortunately, the way the scaling works, so I am guessing that I should be spec'd into red, but I'll check what they think. So, what do y'all think I should be spec'd into? I know the scaling doesn't work all that well with damage, but if we already have one level Beorning and even the captain maybe, I don't know if tank would be useful at all. Yeah, my personal character classes build. I think this captain very frequently plays the blue line, is why I mentioned the captain as a healer. Yeah, since I'm guessing Ardith here playing the blue line. Okay, yeah, I'll probably go DPS then. At least for this one.
We've drawn attention. Defend the winch.
Okay, so let's spec this into DPS. I do not actually play the red line pretty well frequently at all on my Beorning, so let's go ahead and spec into this. Don't get execute, that is unfortunately a useless trait. I believe I get, yeah, melee damage, and then 1 point of this, and then 4 points in Thrash. I somehow remember building the whole red line, even with that Call of the Wild, even though that's not the biggest thing. Oh, here's some enemies. They're totally getting past me. But hopefully, I can put out a little bit of decent damage at least, and I believe that is a good start for this character for Redline. Let me actually get my skills set up a little bit better. But yeah, unfortunately with the Redline on the Beorning, it's just not one of my favorites. Which is very odd. I talk about it, I didn't have a whole video on this topic. I feel like the Wrath consuming and actually being bear form, the mechanics of that are a little bit odd and don't feel good. The main thing, well, I don't know the main thing, but one component of that is execute is not that good. But that is why I generally gravitate more towards the healing and tank role, mainly the tank role on this Beorning at least. Now, if I actually remember how to play, the damage itself may not be too bad, but with the scaling to 100, I'm not sure. Even doing that combo of Brutal Maul and Ferocious Roar, which makes every attack of Brutal Maul a crit. Just looking at the damage numbers I'm doing, it's not all that great. Also can actually be putting my traps down, I believe. Actually, it seems like we're struggling a little bit. Maybe I'll go and put caltrops down. Usually we put bear traps down at the bottom, but since things are actually making it this far up, I might put the caltrops there. This is very weird. For this Beorning, just because I know whenever I have played him on stream, that it has always been tanking, and tanking the Moria instances, I think, is when I got back what we were doing with the progression group by the time I got back to actually doing videos and streams and the such. So this is very odd for me, just because whenever I play this character, I'm so used to tanking, and even this epic battle, I don't think I've done many epic battles on stream or anything. I did some of those in December, and of course I wasn't able to make videos then. So that would have been a time I already got, what, 40 something promotion points on this character. I did some on this character, and then I also did some, as I mentioned, my Warden got enough done, and even my Runekeeper got enough done with the Gondor epic battles. I never actually did those. Now the Rohan epic battles, I did those on streams a little bit. That was actually my Runekeeper going through West Rohan. I remember that was going so slowly because I would only play him when we were doing the epic battle events with my kinship. But yeah, as I mentioned, Retaking Pelargir, this epic battle is probably my favorite of all the epic battles, so also of the Gondor ones. But this particular part is probably the slowest part and most boring part of the battle, especially as a melee class, because you're just running around chasing these enemies. And unfortunately to me, even if this were like something in an instance, a part of an instance, it would probably somehow be more fun to me. But it's just such a long, I guess, gauntlet type fight where you're only getting a couple enemies at once and they're not that exciting, unfortunately. And hello, Cyril Claire from France. Oh, all the enemies disappeared. That means we got that stage done and merit rewarded and all that. So my biggest worry, I guess, for this epic battle, things that can go wrong just because our setup is a little bit not too optimal, is actually getting epic foe down in time. And just to give a little bit of context with this group, we have a couple people, I believe, that don't really do, or at least in the past haven't done all that much group content. And we also have somebody who is relatively new to the game, so it is just something, if even in an epic battle, if we actually do struggle with some things as far as the combat goes, I feel like I should give that context. I believe I can build that. This is actually be a good time to be in yellow line because I could heal this a lot better. Unfortunately, I am playing the red line right now. I could switch to the blue line, but... or I could switch to the yellow line rather, but I'm not sure. Overall, that would be more helpful than just doing these ballista. But it could. I might actually switch to the yellow line. I feel like my damage isn't all that impactful right now, and not the blue line. I did not mean to switch to the blue line, I meant to respec. But then I could heal like the supplies and that type of stuff if I needed to. A lot easier on the Beorning because the heals of the yellow line Beorning, they affect everything nearby, even things like the supplies. I did. Oh. Do you not have to defend it if you don't build it? I'm so used to building that ballista. It sounds like maybe you don't have to defend it if you don't build it, which I guess would make sense. Okay. I'm less familiar with what I want to put points in on the yellow line, so I'll just build something really quickly just so I can heal stuff up from what I remember actually putting traits in the past. Okay, we'll get 1 point in that. Physical mitigation debuff, that is good, and that can even be used on an epic foe. Don't want that one. What is this? Yep, want all 4 points in that. Let me get 3 points in this real quick. Okay, yeah, I think I'll be more helpful in the yellow line here.
A number of citizens are pinned by the enemy.
Except I don't have my skills organized that well for yellow line. The knockdown probably want there, and then my debuff right here. Okay, I think things are under control a little bit more. I might even put I think I can put my Mark of Grim Beorning on those salvage supplies. Let's see, my combat res I'll put on F1 here. Yeah, probably honestly should have started in the yellow line, and this would have been a lot easier to get under control. Okay, I did switch to yellow line to help heal stuff. Okay, it looks like we're just reminded that it's time to put some new bear traps. I feel like bears should get extra damage on their bear traps or something. Actually, I believe the point of a bear trap is to trap bears, but it just happens to do a lot of damage or whatever to any of the, well, anything that steps into it, of course, but I really do feel like that could be a feature. It's also really fun that you can actually place the trap in bear form. Oh, I just think of it as I make the bear trap even better since I am a bear. Yep. So the other Beorning just mentioned basically the same comment, so it's odd.
Defeat him before he does great damage.
Hey, all my Hellfine debuffs, they're actually getting resisted and missing right now. But we need to get this epic foe down very quickly. And hopefully some of my debuffs and stuff can help with that. If I remember correctly, the yellow line debuffs mainly weaken enemies, but the Bee Swarm one will decrease their mitigation and really help with the hunters here. If I actually get that to trigger, it might have triggered this time. It looks like, unfortunately, this group, I probably could have been more helpful over on my Warden. Looks like I got some jewelry. So there's actually a bug going on if you play a Beorning. You get level 100 jewelry and it doesn't actually scale to your level, at least the ones that you get rewarded. I think when you open boxes, that is when you can actually get on level jewelry. But that is why I got level 100 jewelry, because as far as I know, this is only affecting the Beorning, which is really weird, but that you just get level 100 instead of your current level. So I am all stacked on this character. I actually have a few other pieces than what is even showing here, ready for level 100. Probably, actually, here they are. I thought they might be in my vault, but here they are. And yeah, when I get this character, if we ever get the progression group up to 100, oh wait, I have an info. Should probably help with the comment instead of just look at my inventory. Wonder what Vicious Claws does. Mischance, if I actually do bother to put Mark of Beorn on the me get mischance. Okay, so I believe after we get that epic foe, we should be good to move on. Go ahead and get my barricade. I think I got a barricade. There it is. Unfortunately, hello Ghost Charm. I honestly don't remember if I said hello already. I feel like I did. At least I did in my head when I read your message, so in case I didn't, now I have. And things are going okay with this epic battle. Overall, things are fun on the Beorning. It's throwing me kind of for a whirlwind because I'm so used to playing this Beorning, doing the Moria instances with our progression group, but we haven't done that too much lately. And I'm also very much so used to tanking on it and not healing epic battles on it. So, Ghost Charm, you got my hello telepathically. That is good, at least. And you got an additional one to go with that. So yeah, throwing me for a whirlwind, and also this epic battle itself is not going perfectly. I don't think it's going bad, but just not quite going perfectly. But that is okay. We do, as I mentioned earlier, have some people that are newer to group content, and having a couple characters that are below 50 and not really filling out their roles, it actually does somehow matter a little tiny bit more for the Gondor epic battles compared to the... Here, I'll go ahead and put one. I probably put that in a really bad position. It's also floating, I don't even know, but we'll work with that. So let's go ahead and build. I want to build this, but I can build this really fast by healing. Is there anybody who's higher than rank 2 engineer that could work this one? South one. Okay, it's just to load the different shells. I honestly don't know how much it matters for this particular phase. Yeah, it looks like the Guardian moved the barricade that I totally misplaced there, so that is good. But yeah, this is a big feature of what the type of stuff you do in the Rohan epic battles. Is the main thing I seem to always be doing there is just doing catapult stuff. This is a little bit of a feature for this one. But killing all these enemies, I believe, can help make it go faster, at least move the phase a little bit faster. I think I am actually missing a couple. I should probably also use some of my heals on the catapult. That is a nice thing of the Beorning is I can just heal it and don't even have to really worry too much about these enemies. Mainly focus on firing here. So Ghost Charm, this is probably my favorite epic battle, although I have to admit, just because it's not going all that well for me and being a little bit odd flow for me compared to usual, that it seems a bit odd. I'd almost say a little bit less fun than normal, but it is overall my favorite epic battle, I think. I just somehow wasn't, I feel like I just wasn't prepared for the hecticness that is going to be going on, or is going on rather, in this. This was oddly supposed to be a relaxing stream. As I mentioned earlier, it's been a busy week for me and will be a busy into the week for me after this. So this is like my one evening I'm taking to spend a while streaming. It was supposed to be relaxing in the epic battles, and that is... It hasn't been bad. I don't mean to say that it's been like going bad with epic battles, but it hasn't been too like calm, I guess. Is probably the best way to put that. Did we?
quickly.
Let me heal. The hunter there is taking the most damage. I can actually be a useful healer as well, in addition to my debuffs and the epic battle stuff. That is one reason I want to be in this spec. Can even remove those debuffs. Now, the healing after that, the extent of my healing after what I already use, is not all too much, but I feel like this is the most useful I've been in this entire epic battle, was that epic foe. Just because I was able to heal the hunter, and it seemed like I at least kept them from dying. Let's see if we open this, just Stars of Merit. Yeah, this character, I guess it's exciting getting gear for level 100, but it's really unfortunate because I don't really need gear while leveling, especially if I'm going to be going through the Rise of Isengard leveling up, and the progression group's going to be going past Moria, so it's not as big of a deal as it used to be, but I was really working on getting this character built so well for level 60. Let's see, I don't think we need everybody there. I actually believe that is near the end of the epic battle. We have, I think we can set the catapults and have them going. Somebody is already manning the one in the north. I'll go to the one in the south. Another thing here, got the ship slaves. That's what we did there. If I remember correctly, you can actually... I don't remember. I think you can... Yeah, these enemies here there. Looks like somebody else has got that, so I'll leave them to that. Get the one in the north. Oh, somebody just left the one in the north. Maybe they already got all the enemies. Okay. Yep. Oh, looks like he's immune to my knockdown. I actually forgot that Relentless Maul healed. It was a little bit embarrassing, something I should have known earlier. I was like, I feel like I have one more heal, and I actually do have one more heal. This is what... Relentless Maul wasn't what I felt like I was missing. I was actually missing Nature's Mend. For some reason I put that over there, thinking it was my in-combat res, but my in-combat res is right there. This is how I usually have my Yellow Line Beorning sets up, and that... Just having that skill actually where it belongs, that makes this feel a lot more normal to me, even though I have been spending most of my time in bear form and want to spend a lot of my time in bear form applying those debuffs and the such. I believe Nature's Mend actually builds Wrath as well. Ooh, a bunch of healing. Okay, I believe that is it for the epic battle. Wonder what we got total for that. I think we missed like one thing, so we ended up getting gold. And here we go. Those boxes you open, those are the ones that can drop actually level appropriate gear for the Beorning. Again, I believe that is a bug. All the non-Beorning classes will actually have that work, and you'll get level appropriate gear for all these. Oh no. Somebody just got 199 promotion points. That would bother me just because, as I mentioned, I usually like to run the epic battles on a character just to get 200 promotion points, then I just like totally am finished with them and move on to another character, as I am doing right now with my Beorning, who is at, what was it, like 58 after that? Almost 60. Almost rank 3 actually, so I could be a little bit more useful. Once you get rank 3, you get some exciting stuff with that. I need to see if I have that unlocked on this character. Okay. Yeah, Hammer of the Underworld. I need to switch characters then. Unfortunately, I have to go to one that already has the promotion points. Or was there just one other person that needed that to unlock? Okay, so I might actually be going on my Beorning. We have to do Hammer of the Underworld. I don't have unlocked. I really don't know why I'm running through this camp this way, but we're again just while I'm out and about. I am. Yep. Yeah, is that one easy to fail though, solo, do you know? Okay. Just because I know the level scaling is not that great, that if there are issues with that, but I don't mind trying it at least. Wonder what the squid barreling is. So eventually we'll get this settled. Okay. Yeah, as long as the NPCs can do it, I can even stay healing and keep everything alive at least. Okay, so I think I will be doing that duo. Oh, okay, that might work. Especially if Ardith is AFK. Okay. So, my Beorning is back on track with traveling. I guess I never really lost track, I just went a very odd path. I don't know why, but I just feel like staying in bear form. I guess because I don't play this character, I just like feel the need to stay in bear form, even traveling if it can be faster on a horse. That is the type of slow day that it has been. Also going to be doing slow traveling, I guess. But Enedwaith, I was talking about this being an underrated feeling zone. I don't really know if it is underrated, but it's just one, when people talk about like the best looking zones or some of the most, I don't know if best looking is the best way to actually put it, but some of the nicest looking zones, that type of stuff. Usually, I don't see Enedwaith mentioned all that much, but I really like it. It's got, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of variety in that type of stuff, which is nice. But it has some really nice views as well, like from up here, and even viewing where I am right now. From more so like Thor's Combe or the camp up there. Okay, so Defensive Ministerieth, we're doing size 2, but the captain that is with me is actually going to be AFK. I am sort of carrying them through, but it is the duo version is the exact same as the solo version, so I don't mind taking them with me. They might be here for a little bit of it. But yeah, it's basically going to be going through it solo with somebody AFK here part of the time at least, I believe. At least that is what I've been able to tell what the Kincha it sounds like is going on. Let's bake a honey cake. Actually, so this one we need to go to Gandalf, who I did put in the thumbnail for today. I feel like whenever I have a chance and Gandalf is relevant, I just have to squeeze him into the thumbnail.
Prince of Dol Amroth and the Lords of Gondor have gathered in the tower above.
I honestly also do not remember exactly where Mithrandir Gandalf is. He goes over here eventually, I think, but he's not here right now. Yep. Very exciting. Where is Gandalf? This is so weird. So we started... Oh, he's back there where we started. See, sometimes you just get moving on too fast. So I remember with that, at least the first 2 bosses, and then I think... I was looking on the LOTRO wiki, and some of the scattered bosses past that I think I have done. And I think with that you have to do them in order, so... If I remember like the 4th or 5th boss, for example, I would remember the 3rd, but for some reason... I'm not too sure how much of that I'll actually know when we run through it, basically.
Mithrandir, you have come just in time.
Yeah, I can give the most help on the first boss. The second boss, I don't even think I know. Still.
They do not march yet, but I see their ranks shifting restlessly. It cannot be long now.
The enemy wields many weapons, but none greater than fear.
So we're talking about Throne of the Dread Terror.
The men of Gondor shall be honored to fight at your side.
I shall stand beside you.
Yeah, I think there are.
And keep your men from despair.
The din of the enemy's armies grows louder still. We must move now.
I think I can actually do, while this is going on, I think you can do some catapult stuff. I know I'm just running back and forth, but my main goal, yeah, actually... So I have a question. In this one, can you do catapult stuff?
Men before the enemy would see me slain. Well, I will let my axe speak for me then.
My men await my command. Between here.
Okay. And then on the right side, is that one you can't? Maybe? Or is that something else? Nice. So this is something I should have been doing the whole time with the catapults, actually, putting that and all that. Yeah, I was like, just remembered that they were doing all this talking. I'm like, wait a minute, I can be doing something useful. I'm guessing the other group, so the people that were in our previous group, they are doing the 3-man version of this. So I'm guessing that group is going to be finished way before us. This is unfortunately one of the, I guess, less exciting. Did I load this? I think I loaded it with a shell. This is one of the less exciting parts of an epic battle for me, because right now I'm basically playing the catapult, not really playing a Beorning or anything. Now this does speed up the epic battle, what I am doing right now, but... Go ahead and name that. But unfortunately, just for me, it's not the most exciting waiting for the catapult to load and crank and all that. And I am also very slow because my engineering rank is pretty low. I might be able to spend some of my things to get a little bit higher on that, but I don't know that I quite care enough right now. Now, hello, Dr. R, and you said I am grinding out the content. I don't know if you mean YouTube content or the content in-game. I feel like that's something somebody could say for both of the things, so... yeah, the YouTube content, mainly just with these streams, I have been able to do those a little bit more compared to, especially January and February, since I had a couple other projects for my free time going on. And as far as the content in the game, since I've been having a slight bit of focus on the live streams, that means I've actually had time to get through the content in the game a little bit more. So I could see both of those. Is also now I get to use my epic Beorning powers a little bit. Alright, let's give this soldier the Mark of Beorn. And my epic Beorning powers is to press 3 and I heal everything around me when I do that. The soldiers and even the barricades, the supplies, I heal everything with that. I believe if a Ferocious Roar might heal that stuff. Let's test that. Okay, Ferocious Roar might be just Fellowship? I don't know, I didn't really actually have that channeling long enough to fully tell. Okay, douse Flaming Debris and rescue trapped civilians. I guess we can do that side quest. Those are usually the most exciting parts for me in the epic battles, are these side little mission quest things, but the main thing I want to do with this epic battle is actually just get through it. But I still think we can succeed the main one by doing this. Now I have to remember correctly, douse Flaming Debris, if I have to get like a bucket or I just click the debris, I honestly don't remember. So Shadow Hunt, you said you got 600 LOTRO points and the store isn't working? That sounds odd to me. I am not aware of any issues with that right now, but oh no, I got so close to done with that and I did not even finish it, unfortunately. I also have to rescue civilians. I wonder what that... Oh. Or if I rescue civilians by dousing the flames, or if there will be enemies here. But yeah, I don't know about the rescuing civilians right now. Maybe after I douse enough flames, I'll find some. Doing floating names, there is actually one. And they made the civilians compared to the Rohan epic battles. A lot of things like this you could just heal, like for example as a Beorning, but this one I actually have to click rally. Hopefully I can get this enough to get it to, actually platinum would be ideal, just to have that done. I actually think, if I remember correctly, doing the civilian should have started with that, then done the debris, so the orders for the civilian to heal them up could have been going the cooldown while doing the debris here. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm just stuck waiting. I don't believe my Beorning heals will be able to do that, since they're kind of actually labeled more so as an enemy than an ally, just so you can't heal them specifically. And hello, Sheepbreaker. But yeah, Shadow Hunt, unfortunately, I don't know the issue. Perhaps you might just need to log out, log back in, something like that could help you actually get your LOTRO points that you got. Or the store, maybe with the store you mean you're trying to spend LOTRO points. Either way, I'm not sure what that... let me actually pull up the store. Control S. LOTRO store is... Okay, it came up for me at least. I'm up to 3986 LOTRO points. I believe I have done all the flames. Don't see any, at least, the debris. And I just need to heal some civilians, get that enough to go to platinum. I have 3 minutes, so that should be plenty of time, I hope, at least. One more, I'm guessing. That's unfortunately slow, just waiting. So how far are you all, rather? Okay. Yeah, I feel like since you have been doing the catapults, it sounds like I was way late to that. I'm guessing you all will finish a lot earlier than me. Oh yeah, that does have a factor, I guess, in it. So I believe there should be a rope for me to get up, I believe. Yeah, I just had we actually just had the first tower, but just did the first side quest. Somehow got a platinum, but that's just because I had to rally some things and douse some fires. Yeah, I'm surprised compared to especially a lot of the Rohan ones. It seems like you either need 2 people or to be maxed out and stuff. So my main concern is actually getting this tower. I'm not sure if I can do enough damage to get these tower grapnels. hopefully I can use some of my yellow Beorning DPS here to hopefully get this down. I actually think going into main form, even in the yellow line, will be relatively strong. Do you mean like Dragon Wave from Hellegrod, maybe? Yeah, the only 24-man that I know in the game is Thorog. Yeah, that, I think that's the one Jimmy was talking about, so maybe it was that. You can? So, somebody mentioned a 24-man epic battle, but it sounds like Dragok you can run 24-man. I did not know that. Thorog I know you can run 24-man. I think they got the grappling hook thingy. Oh no, there's one more tower grapnel way back here. Let me use some heals just in case some things here need heals. We can actually test out, because this will build me some damage as well. Use this and get my beast orb on it at least, but let me test out, see if this heals the allies nearby, and it does not look like it does. So Sheepbreaker, you said you never played the game before. Any recommendations on what class to play? And you're thinking Lore Master. Lore Master isn't a bad choice, I don't think. The only thing with Lore Master is it can be a relatively slow feeling class, is the only thing with that, and compared to some other classes it's a little bit more complex, so usually it's not one recommended to new players. But having said that, I don't think it would be bad for a new player. Who is that, Glor? Oh. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so I somehow got the tower done before. I think it like somehow the tower wins or something if you don't bring it up, but I'm honestly not entirely sure about that, but somehow got it done. I know the battle itself is actually moving to the other side, so I'll probably move there. Go ahead and do that now. And yeah, Sheepbreaker, if you like having pets, then Lore Master is the pet class. While you could think this bear is somebody's pets, it is not. Yeah, could you also come to this one and help with that? We just started the second wall, by the way. So Lore Master is a class I have not played in a while, but is one I definitely like. Just thinking about the Lore Master a little bit, it makes me interested in playing it. The pet is actually at the very low levels, the pets will be a lot stronger than you are. It's one of the things with the class, it starts out very slowly as far as like the damage the Lore Master itself does, but then it ramps up a lot as you level up eventually. And at max level, if you're interested just specifically in running like end-game content, usually Lore Masters go the support line rather than the DPS role. I wonder if I could use a catapult at this point. I think the enemies marched forward enough that that wouldn't be possible. And also, if people are wondering in the epic battles, just as a little tip or tidbit of information maybe, the ladders and grappling hooks, these are things you could actually destroy and dismantle and all that, but it slows down the speed of the epic battle, so you get fewer enemies. That is one of the big things with that, but it slows down the speed of the epic battle. I just want this epic battle to get done, of course, and I am able to deal with all these enemies mostly by just healing things, making sure everything stays alive and contributing a little bit of damage. But yeah, totally fine with the pace, and as far as I'm concerned, I'd actually like more grappling hooks, more ladders, more enemies at once. So this one is shroud the heads of the fallen before hope is lost. Well, here's some severed heads. I think this is just what I need to do, actually get rid of these. Disable severed heads. I don't know how I'm disabling the severed heads. If I'm like severing them even more, or if I'm throwing them off the wall. I just think that's kind of funny how it says disable the severed heads, but I believe the rest of them, actually there's one by Gandalf here. Did you all get severed heads? Oh, so did I. So again, the group that I'm in my kin with, the person, by the way, just to point it out, the captain is AFK for this epic battle, so the person with me in the group isn't actually doing anything, but I'm still in the Discord with my kin, and they are running the 3-man version of this right now. Since we had 5 people and we're doing the Gondor epic battles, we had to split the groups with that, and that is what is going on. So they're still in the Discord, of course, where you all cannot hear, at least as far as I know. Yeah, it doesn't look like you all can.
Weaken those grapnels and lessen their burden on the wall.
I wonder if this one you actually need 2 people for or not. Feels like something just clicking them I should be able to get done. I feel like all of these you should be able to get platinum solo. And the other one I was able to with plenty of time left over, even with my relatively inefficient path there. And here's the AFK captain, who is basically here just to get completion, which I'm fine with. Might as well have somebody here sharing the rewards if they can. And that'll allow them to do the last epic battle that we do. It would have been a good position though for this little side mission. And Sheepbreaker, thank you for confirming that you can't hear them. It would be nice if I could open stream like that and have everybody in my kin, of course, playing. Save a little bit of the awkwardness of me being like push to talk. Sometimes I talk to them and it's like, I feel like from context y'all can maybe tell what is going on. But sometimes it is a little bit difficult for me, like talking to them, making sure I can listen to them and still wanting to fill the stream, actually make the stream active. Looks like I got another ring for level 100. I think all this armor is, no, it's bind on acquire. I was hoping it was bound to account, but that is not the case with the epic battle jewelry, it looks like. Okay, I need to turn floaty names, so I'll make sure I get everything. Horrified civilian, waiting orders. Oh, I actually do need to rally Gondorians. I honestly did not know that was something I needed to do. That was a little bit scary. I'm not sure. The cooldown on this is 34 seconds, and I don't think there are any more severed heads. I should have known that these horrified civilians. I'm guessing I will need more than I can get to get platinum. It would be nice to get platinum, but any of the side objectives, doing them solo, I am happy with getting actually gold, especially with how poorly built, how unleveled this character is as far as epic battles go, with promotion points, which by the way, I can actually get rank 3. Yep. He's probably one of the most farm bosses lately in LOTRO. Yeah, unfortunately I only got gold, but that is okay. It's like I saw somebody on the map, I was like, who is here with me? Totally forgot about the AFK captain there. Oh. Oh. I just saw my thing said Defensive Ministerial completed. I've been down here with the heads and rallying the Gondorians. Well, the bosses are still up, but it says completed, so I guess everything can die and it will still be a win. Here's Rakathos, who is in Throne of the Dread Terror after this. I forget, there's something going on there with the story, I think, how that happens, but I honestly don't remember it. I don't remember if it's something with Throne of the Dreadtear specifically, or if it is with this epic battle and what's going on with these epic battles, why that happens. I don't remember where the key lies in. And yes, Gandalf, as you point out, he's just standing there. He's just standing there with his hand out, exactly like he is in the thumbnail, and he ain't even doing anything. And Itachi Brass, thank you for becoming a channel member. That is very exciting. So, just so you know what that goes towards is mainly, at this point, I reinvest anything I get from channel memberships and the such right back into the channel, so that will go to equipment upgrades and the such in the future. Specifically, one thing I'm looking towards is a GPU upgrade, because I have a GTX 970, which is a little bit old. And while it is running LOTRO relatively fine right now, it's still something I'd be looking to upgrade and replace. The main problem actually with that is stock of NVIDIA GPUs. But yeah, he has better things to do, like standing there, and we'll make him spin. Oh, he actually started walking though. That's funny, you can still click him and he'll do his little turnaround thing. Okay. So Itachi, you said you are new to the game but a long-time Lord of the Rings fan, and you love my channel is the best for this game. Well, I'm glad you love my channel. I think that. I hope you enjoy LOTRO. So it looks like with this, I got gold. Wow. I'm actually surprised. I feel pretty happy I got gold after all that. Here I was. I was worried about failing it solo, but this was honestly not too bad compared to like the Rohan ones in comparison. Yeah. I think that's why I feel like I like the Gondor ones better, because it's more about, like, I can actually do more just playing my class and character rather than being all promoted up. Okay, so I don't remember where I have to go here. I think this is the path I came up, so I need to go up and around here, maybe? Or maybe it was the other way around and I need to go this way. But I'm trying to get again to the top of the Thor's Comb here to get the book quest for Rise of Isengard. Is what I am doing here on this character. So I have a lot of my inventory is full. I'm wondering, so I have a kind of temporary bank alt, and my old lore master, my old main character on the server, I made him a temporary bank alt. I'm going to send him all of my warrior reputation items. Oh yeah, I forgot. A few times I forgot she was there. I ran by a couple times and just saw her sitting there. Somehow about the same usefulness as Gandalf, who was also just sitting there doing nothing. Okay, so got all my level 100 armor. After that, I really do feel like I'm set up with this character for level 100. Now, this necklace technically has less vitality than my current necklace, but it has much better stats overall. Don't really care about resistance or evade. So might and critical rating and even fate would be nice on that. I mainly, actually for this character, I had all my vitality gear stacked up just to get this character to 20k morale. I was in a group with the Yellow Line Captain. I don't remember what for, but I just happened to be in a group with the Yellow Line Captain. I'm trying to remember why. Oh yeah, we were doing the Wildwood instances. I don't remember if I did that on stream or not. But that is what we were doing, and I got to 20k morale. Also got an earring here. This is a huge upgrade for vitality. Well, compared to the teal one, it's pretty big, but overall, I actually like my current earrings better. Usually the epic battle jewelry at this level is really good, but I'm just getting a little bit bad itemization on mine. The necklace isn't too bad for the itemization, but I think you get higher morale ones specifically for that. And Ivan Stainer, yes, we did get another member, very exciting. Once again, Atashi, thank you for that, and thank you for the support. And Ivan, you just came back from doing missions. Well, we just got done with 2 of the epic battles. The mustering horn, a campsite fire, a milestone. They have all this stuff here. And this character, I don't plan to do the Isengard. Start actually doing the book quest. I just want to pick it up. So book 4, chapter 1, the departure of launch. That is, as far as I remember at least, Rise of Isengard. Actually says it right there. Volume 4, 3, book 4, Rise of Isengard. So that is, in the future, what I'm going to do on this character. So I think in a few minutes they're doing their little usual AFK break, which I don't think I need to AFK for anything right now. I actually do need to turn my light on. Wow, it is dark outside. Actually a little bit of a neat sunset. But I should probably close my curtains and open a lamp, rather turn on a lamp. Okay, so while I do that, I will give you all pretty view, I guess. Unfortunately, it is night. While it is a nice view at night, it is not as nice as it is during the day. You can't see quite out as far, is what I mean by that. But you'll get a little bit of view. And I just need to go here real quick to close the curtains. I will mute because that is loud. Okay, and now we should also have better lighting in here. So Riley Hochberger, you're wondering if you can join the kinship you don't have a good kin to play in? Well, it depends what server you play on. I am on the Anor server, so I know it's a relatively less populated server than other ones. So if you are on the server, the kin is open, or for anybody else that's on the Anor server, the kinship is open. And I will actually, to promote them a little bit, I'll go ahead and put the link in the chat for anybody that is curious about that link to the Ken website. Anyway, we can get on with the bear travels in Inadoith. One thing I could do, well, maybe could do, these are the class deeds I have left. I need to do the quest, the path homeward. I actually have not done my class quest. Ooh, that is a little bit embarrassing. Let's maybe work on those for a little bit. I actually forgot about that. I think these are class quests, at least Stand Firm and the other one, the path homeward, sound like class quests. Especially the path homeward, that sounds like the path back to Beorning Husk and the Vales of Anduin. So let's see. I don't know who would have my class quest, but I assume it is somebody in Beorning Husk. And I just realized I don't have a way to travel back to launch. Here's a Beorning trainer. No quest from them, so I actually have to look into these 2 deeds. Maybe they weren't class quests then. I don't know, maybe they're higher level for some reason. Again, I just have to look back into that, but promotion points, working on that. Deeds. Not Gondor, that's what I'm doing with my Warden. Rovanian, I don't think this is in Rovanian. Regian. Actually, I could go to Regian, but I don't have much progress on those on this character. I am actually curious. I have done... where did I have a lot of Evendom done, actually? I think that's mainly from the Evendom instances. I don't think I leveled this character in Evendom. I did level this character in Trollshaws, but it doesn't look like, compared to my Hunter especially, I don't have all that many deeds done. I do only have a couple exploration deeds left, and then I have the Slayer deeds, and that's all for this character as far as Trollshaws goes, though. But the main thing I want to look at was actually Inadwaith. Looks like I have a few dwarf markers to discover. Dunlending Slayer, so just Slayer deeds I could do in Inadwaith, but probably won't do those.
The Beorning once made safe the river lands.
Oh, I have to go out of bear form, then I can travel. Hopefully I did get launch discovered where I can actually travel there. It was a little bit concerning that I was able to talk to the stable master there but didn't discover it. And for some reason from South Bree I wasn't able to go back there. But I will check what it has with that. Uh-oh. Hopefully LOTRO is going down. I am having issues right now. Both Chrome and LOTRO just totally crashed. Not having any issues with memory or usage on anything, but that is what happened. I'll go ahead and go to scene 2 here so you all can see a little bit more than black screen. As scary as that is, having me full screen here. Well, yeah, I crashed, so I'll be back in a minute. But yeah, this is, while we are trying to get back into the game here, this is the map behind me. Pretty neat. I cannot read the chat right now, by the way. Hopefully I can get that back up in a minute. Also, because I had to restart, that means I'll increase LOTRO on the CPU priority again. There it is. There we go, back. But yeah, that is the map. It is unfortunately not the LOTRO map, but it's just a generic, I guess, Lord of the Rings Middle Earth map. Okay, we should be back, and we can look at the game again. Now, what character am I logging into? It's always sad to me when I see this Guardian in the character list, just because I like that character so much. I have totally neglected that one. Not the Warden. I feel like that's a good outfit my Warden has for Beornings, but not this Beorning. That is my old Bengal Beorning. Oh, I don't want to say I have too many characters, but I have enough characters that it's hard for me to find the one that I actually want to log into sometimes. And Riley, I have lower level characters. I'm not sure that I will be playing them anytime in particularly soon. It really, for me, it just depends what character, what I want to do. Right now I'm mainly playing a lower level character just because I'm doing epic battles, and this is like the next character on my list for ones I want to do epic battles on. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, hopefully I don't have any issues with crashing again. It could have been me entering South Bree. For some reason that has crashed me a few times actually. It's kind of odd, that one specifically. Let's see, this character once again doesn't have too much to do besides see if I can travel to launch, and if not, why I can't. Do not meet the requirements. Please examine the specific destination. Mysteries of Inadwaith. Oh, you have to get Mysteries of Inadwaith for that. I wonder Galtrab what level that is. That just says level 2 low. It just requires level 65, okay. But yeah, unfortunately, if I want to go back to launch, I will either need to make that my milestone, which maybe I should do. Let's just do the Mythril Coin to travel there. I hate using Mythril Coins, but they are very good for traveling like this, and I have a specific purpose. We're not going to do that yet. We're going to save Book 4, Chapter 1 fresh for when I do a Rise of Isengard playthrough. Maybe I'll call that, I've done my playthrough through Gondor on my Warden. I call that a Warden's Gondor. So maybe I'll call this a Beorning's Isengard. It doesn't really, for some reason, Warden's Gondor to me flows a little bit better. It actually makes sense, but Beorning's Isengard, I'm not too sure. idea behind Warden's Gondor, specifically naming the miniseries that, the playthrough series that, is that Gondor is just like this vast open land when you go out into it, especially in Western Gondor, and just like basically taking that land back over is the idea of that. Oh, it looks like we're getting some pugs, so now we have a Beorning. Which probably a lot more effective than I am. I believe for the epic battle we're doing, I definitely want to stay in the yellow line, stay healing though, even with another Beorning. And I feel like I need to be doing something. But I've basically done everything that I feel like I can do while just waiting on this character. Normally that's why I like to sometimes quest while we're doing these type of things, just so I have something to do in the background while we're waiting for stuff to get going. All I can do right now is explore the beautiful lands of Enedoith, and I'll go in bear form to do that. Yeah, I would maybe recommend Minas Tirith for that, because then you can just run on the west side of Osgiliath relatively easily, it seems like. But yeah, Enedoith is a nice place. I also really like the cloud colors. It's kind of an odd thing, but there is a lot of yellowish, greenish stuff, and even orangish stuff at the right times going on with the clouds and the such. So it's a nice place to, I don't know, be around. I have a few like time-lapse style videos through Enedoith that I really like. I can look for this character, maybe some gear up here. That would be something we could actually do. I have my milestone set to launch, so we're all safe on that for this character. I can also return to Bree very easily with my return to Bree skill that I got from Mina Bree Reputation. So it looks like our group is fully formed out. We have 3 healers, kind of 3.5 healers really with the captain here. I know they play the blue line. If I had the red line set up, that's actually a struggle with this character. If I go back to solo questing on this character while we're doing maybe some of the Mirkwood stuff or whatever with the progression group, eventually doing Isengard with that, the little bit of struggle with this character, I guess, is I feel like I would need the 3rd trait spec for that. I could do the old line, just respec this to red line fairly easily, and if I really need to heal something, I could stay back, but mainly keep the tank spec, because that is what I usually play in our group, and that's what I like most on the Beorning is tanking. I've actually even considered this character abandoning him as far as the progression group, since we don't really play that as much anymore. Abandoning him as far as that goes and actually taking him up to level 100, and in particularly 105 when we get that on the server, for the Throne of the Dread Terror and tanking that. But I also really like my Warden and filling in the DPS role on my Warden with that, so I got that going. We also, as far as Beornings go, we have somebody who sometimes plays a Beorning, sometimes plays a Warden actually, but they, as far as I know, heal on their Beorning, which is what most people do. Alright, Hammer of the Underworld, go to the yellow line. Oh, don't want to start him yet. Do you want me to start it?
Follow me quickly, for we have no time left to spare.
Okay, we will see. We're going to get orders for what we need to do to contribute the most here.
Before the hour is too late. For all his pride, he chose to honor Morgoth, his master. Once more,
So it looks like these catapults are set. So I will. Right, do you need heals up there? I guess you have a Beorning up there, so never mind.
may not. The fate of Minas Tirith shall decide a great many other things.
So Ivan usually go yellow line on your Beorning with some damage. Yeah, that's really good for solo survivability, of course.
Our doom comes.
But if I were to quest through
Must know this.
Isengard Dunland for me, I would want a dedicated DPS spec with all the red line stuff. Even if I have more fun with the gameplay in the blue line, it is relatively slow as far as just like questing and going through stuff solo. And there's a fun burst mechanics I feel like with Beorning. So having said all this is something I didn't really consider all that well. Is questing on a Beorning to me can get boring relatively quickly just because of I get bothered by the mechanics of the red line. See, I don't think there's anything I need to heal over there. I think everything is up to the north right now. We're just waiting for the enemies to get here. In South Ithilien, I do not know when the anniversary event starts. There might be a tentative start date, so let me actually look. Fifth, 13 days, 14 hours, 33 minutes, 22 seconds now is when that starts. So let's see if there is a calendar on this. Here's the website I'm looking at. I can just share that. It is not the official LOTRO site, but it is from Laura Linarian on Twitter is the main place I know them. I know they post dates like that, so that is where I looked. Yeah, my main strategy here, once again, is just to run around using that same skill, Rejuvenating Bellow, and just healing things. I could use my other heals, but it is almost a waste of wrath. I just have to really run around healing like that. At the moment, at least, I can use some traps. I can put some bear traps here, for example, where like the grappling hook right there is. Just put a bear trap and little... I don't know if it'll kill things with this character specific rank, but that looks like a Corsair type outfit on a Beorning. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, this is once again one of those slower phases of the epic battles. At least, I have to admit, playing a Beorning here versus a Warden at this specific part is actually more fun, because at least running around healing, oddly enough, is more fun. And that's why actually in the Helm's Deep epic battles, when we did them with a large group, that's when I have most fun with epic battles, are the larger ones. Especially the raid size one was relatively fun, I feel like, for an epic battle. And having it actually be a raid. But with that one on my Runekeeper, we're doing that a lot on my Runekeeper, and healing stuff was actually made it a little bit exciting. I felt like I was actually doing stuff. Now this one, I have a little bit less to heal compared to that epic battle. There are like supplies and stuff, but with the Beorning, it's really just using Rejuvenating Bellow, and that will heal most things up pretty nicely. Okay, Morgul Troll Drummers. I think I will stay here healing what is going on. Actually get a chance without everybody here. Oops, just while I knocked the table. I don't know how much that actually shakes the webcam. Probably shouldn't purposefully shake it, because then my monitor could get slightly out of place. I actually feel like just looking randomly at the webcam, I feel like I'm out of position of that a little bit. Actually, reminds me I need to stretch. For some reason, kind of like, I don't know, one of my recent streams I just could not quite get in a comfortable sitting position. I'm almost feeling like that right now. So I'm going to sink down and lean back. Okay, we are all done with that one. Once again, getting level 100 jewelry, so for when this character gets level 100, that is exciting. I kind of wish it was account bound though. If the epic battle jewelry was account bound, I would like it a lot better, because then I could just, some of these could actually be upgrades for my Warden. Oddly. When people can actually do damage, those things go down a lot quicker. That is one of the parts. So the parts where my Warden is good, the epic foes. I know the Beorning has a little bit of use on those, but the epic foes, my Warden is better. And also these towers, because I can destroy the grapnels pretty quickly, and even all these enemies here, I can fight them all. Don't think. Oh, I guess they already got those. Wow, I was totally useless on this tower. Make sure all these supplies are healthy here. This one seems to be occasionally taking a little bit of damage, but it's just a matter of using Rejuvenating Bellow every once in a while on that side. Floating names can be very useful in epic battles, I feel, but I really don't like my screen being totally cluttered by all that stuff. It's mainly so I can actually target these supplies, like these boxes versus these ones on the left. Well, this one is actually the supplies, the barrels aren't anything, those armaments are. So those are the type of things that occasionally I'd like to click and make sure they're all healthy. Could even to build Wrath. Probably should try to stay good on the Wrath as much as I can. Like, I saw arrows come down here, so potentially these things, I don't know, the supplies would have been damaged by that, but like all the soldiers could be. Yeah. Yeah, if it's not Fellowship only, I might be able to. Wow, this wall, it really is going slowly. I feel like the last epic battle actually went relatively fast. But this one, we're stuck at this northern wall for a long time, and this one actually has 3 phases, if I remember correctly. We get like the north and the south and the middle, maybe, if I remember correctly. So this is, as I repeat, when we did all the Helm's Deep epic battles, this was basically what I was talking about the whole time, was how slow it was going. But this really is bringing me back to that. I feel like this, I've talked also about the larger groups for the epic battles usually being more fun, but I have to admit the 3-man epic battle, the one I did earlier, the solo/duo version, I think that one is actually relatively fun, but hopefully the other walls will go by faster than this. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and open those, and got no gear. Yes, I mentioned this, of course, but it would be nice if these were account bound. Dwarf Apprentice's Offerings. Don't think I'll take any of these. I feel like I should take one just to sell it and get this out of my inventory. I don't know why I keep keeping that. Check all these supplies. Let's see if we can see how many enemies are left. There are a few, it looks like, I guess a few waves. It looks like as far as the enemies that are actually left. They all need to climb up still. Also do need to build some wrath. I know I'm just running around, I feel like actually doing basically nothing. Oh, actually for this character, if I'm going to be worried about leveling him up, I don't think I actually got talking about the issue quite of going through Rise of Isengard as I just mentioned. I think I might have mentioned it a little bit. So the questing on the Beorning, doing that solo, I feel like, I don't know, there's just something about the red line. I feel like that could be something that gets boring over time. While it's very destructive in the red line, you can do a lot of AoE damage, that type of stuff. I'm just not sure that would have much lasting power with me, like keeping fun with it. The Beorning is really a class, compared to any other class in LOTRO, that I really just prefer tanking and the slower stuff as far as like killing things goes. So I prefer tanking and even healing on them. Now I could do all that in the blue line, but then I'd feel like that is the actual killing speed would be relatively slow compared to what I could do in the red line. So I'm kind of in an odd state with ever wanting to play the Beorning as a leveling type character, questing type character.
The forces of the enemy shift below. We must move to aid the other defenders.
Okay, now we're finally moving on. We're going to the southern flank. So I guess the gate wall is the middle one, and that is where we should see one of the characters featured in the thumbnail. It took a while in the stream to actually get to that, but a little over 2 hours actually into the stream, we'll finally get to one of the characters. I think I had Gandalf in the thumbnail I mentioned, but the other guy in it, it'll be coming up. So this one, I believe they can actually use the catapult to speed it up if I remember correctly. Maybe not on that, but hopefully. Plus 10 hope. Also don't remember getting a side mission, side quests, or maybe that was something that was done by other people. Yeah, I stayed put healing things. So many things being defeated. There was a whole bunch of nothing going on that whole time. Well, that orc got totally obliterated by some arrows. I don't mean to be yawning during the stream. I actually don't even feel that tired, like sleepy tired. I almost feel like it's because the content, I want to say it's relatively, well, I guess relatively boring. I do want to say that. It's not that boring. but relatively not too active. This is more of the like calm, I guess, type of stuff I was expecting with the epic battles. I mentioned early on that it was a lot more hectic, especially with Pelargir and the group that was going on with that a little bit, and having a lot of like lower level characters scaling up and lower ranked characters as far as epic battles in general go, so I was a little bit hectic with that. This is the type of stuff, basically, what all the hecticness was going on earlier. This is more what I expected. And I don't know, I guess after settling in a little bit, I'm fine and doing more exciting, more active stuff. So that is the opposite of the time we are getting that. And it is still that same strategy. It's also, I don't know, I feel like epic battles are a lot more repetitive than regular instances. Even regular instances where you kill like trash packs over and over or whatever, it feels less repetitive than epic battles, especially, well, I guess any character, but like on the Beorning, I'm just running around, running back and forth using Rejuvenating Bellow, and that is what I am doing. Oh, we got an epic bow. So I don't know why I put that run speed boost on, but I will set my heal on the Guardian there and use all my useful yellow line debuffs and do that. I actually feel like with another yellow line Beorning, I might have been able to be more useful in the... Oh, I accidentally used a force down there. But I might have actually been able to be more useful in the tank spec. I think we got this guy in time. This one doesn't actually have a timer. There's like a hidden timer, but it seems like we killed him relatively fast. But yeah, we actually did not get... You have to kill those epic foes. I kind of forget you have to kill them really fast. And with 2 healing Beornings, especially one particular one that is low level and just scaling up, is not great. Also Dimensional and even the Captain and Blue Line, all that does not help with damage and actually killing fast. So while we probably had one dedicated DPS as far as the Hunter goes. Even the Guardian might have been in red line, actually been a relatively decent damage producer in that fight. So that was unideal. I think that is why we only got a gold. We didn't fail it, but we only got a gold. At least for this character, all these epic battles I don't think I've done on him, so getting good progress on the promotion point so I can slowly get one more done with getting those. Let's see, I could open the stuff. I should probably clear out my inventory, organize my armor. Actually, I should put it all in my vault. Let's do, how about, yeah, chest 10 is where I'll put all my epic battle level 100 stuff. And I will have all that for later. I think we're going to the middle wall. Actually, there's this huge tower that was destroyed there. Okay, so that should be all my epic battle level 100 epic battle jewelry, at least. I have 3 rings. I have, let's see, this character still tanks at level 100. I have a DPS ring, a tank ring, and another tank ring. I have a DPS necklace, a tank necklace, actually good variety there. DPS ring as far as the purple one goes, and then a pocket. I have 2 DPS pockets, that's actually the same thing, so one of these I can safely sell, but I'll leave it there for now. Well, I really am like way down on the face game. I know I started leaning back and had my legs up, and that just like moves me down compared to if I'm up and have my legs crossed or something. But I like just looked over and noticed how bad it actually was. I don't think I'm really sinking in the chair. I don't think I also changed the position too much. But yeah, with the Gondor epic battles, it's still exciting doing them because I think I realized I have not actually streamed them before. As much as I did them with my kinship, again, that was in December mostly. And then we were like, we basically got enough of them and stopped doing them for a few months actually. I think they're working on the that thing, the catapult. So Rohan B, you were wondering what my recommendations for leveling in the 40 to 50 range. You're thinking about going Angmar, but here that has tons of fellowship quests. Now that does have tons of fellowship quests for some people. People like me, that is. That could actually be a fun component of it. I don't know if that would for you. But just to point out, maybe fellowship quests, doing those solo could be fun. Hello, Nibling. So, 40 to 50, there are actually quite a few options. So, one of the new options is actually Wildwood. That is level 45. My hunter was able to get about 42 to 49 with that. Now, that was with doing some of the Wildwood missions, doing those for maybe, I think I did maybe almost 3 days worth, which would have been nearly 30 missions, just as far as extra XP, so that is one option. All the stuff there is level 45. The enemies vary a little bit around 45, but that is one option for you. And it's the latest zone to the game, actually. Otherwise, Angmar does go 40 to 50, I think roughly the whole range of that, but it does have some fellowship quests, especially later on when you get east of the divide thing there, the whatever they're called, gargoyle type things. I don't think that's what they're called. The name of them isn't coming to mind, like the Watcher statue stone things. Anyway, after you get past that from the book quest, a lot of the stuff I believe is fellowship. There's a little bit of fellowship type stuff in Fashas Lauren and Fashas Falroyd. Let me look. It looks like we're moving. No, we're still defending the southern flank. This is epic battles. I can just sit here looking at the map and I'm doing my job in the epic battle right now. Until something pops up. But Forakel is a zone I really like. I don't know if it's something I would recommend if you're just looking to level fast, but I think it's a very fun zone that is worth experiencing at least once. That'll go 44-ish, I think is when the questing there starts. And then I'll go up to the mid to upper 40s after that, maybe 48, 49. Then there's one more option. This is potentially a good one for relatively fast leveling. Wildwood is probably the best for fastest leveling, I should actually say. Just to point out if that is what you're looking for. But Misty Mountains is good 40 to 45. It also has Goblin Town, a ton of stuff there, tons of quests there. There's a couple fellowship things going on in Misty Mountains with giant halls though, just to barely point out. I think Forakel doesn't have that many full fellowship type things. And then Eregion is one that will lead up. This is a zone I would actually like to always start a little bit early, maybe 45, 46, 47, start the questing in Eregion, and that will take you up to 50 with Moria, maybe even a little bit higher level. But those are all these zones. I don't know if that's much with my recommendations just shared. I guess my recommendations with those zones. But it really depends, I guess, 40 to 50 what you're looking for with that. If you just want to level quickly, I really do recommend Wildwood for that. But if you want a fun and different experience, I would recommend Fork Hell for at least a portion of that. Ingmar is also good at the lower level range in the 40s, especially before you get into the Fellowship quest. There's a lot of good stuff there for leveling. It's been a while since I've done Ingmar though. That's something I need to go back and do at some point. The problem with low level stuff in LOTRO is some of my favorite things to do is actually level in those low level zones, but right now all my characters on Anor, and even on like Arkenstone, they are past that level. All the ones especially that are of the classes that I favor the most. So for example, Beorning, I talked a little bit about the issues solo leveling of Beorning, but that is one. And then even Hunter, my Hunter is like level 50, maybe 50, I think. Ivan, thank you for joining the stream. Oh, they're going down for something. I don't know why they went down, to be honest. Oh, were we going down for the encounter? Okay, sounds like we're going down in preparation for an encounter. But yeah, for my characters, there are like all these zones in Eriador that I'm getting in the mood to do again. But there is something happening with LOTRO later this year that I have the possibility of going through some of these places with when I make a new character with the Brawler class that is going to be coming out. I plan to play the Brawler. I will be leveling one on Anor, at least that's the plan. And yeah, that'll give me a chance to do some of these zones, at least, that I've been talking about a lot. I wouldn't actually even mind doing Wildwood again, just because I really did like that place, but I feel like the Brawler might be a good opportunity for me to go back to Ingmar, depending if they can handle... I really don't see that class being underpowered, being a class you have to buy. I feel like if anything it'd be relatively overpowered, at least. So we need to defeat Fell Beast. Well, don't need to defeat Fell Beast, we need to drive off the Fell Beast. And then Fell Spirits, we need to defeat them. And finally, Battle Weary Soldiers defended. I don't remember if I'm supposed to heal them, but I can heal them. And it's probably a good thing to help defend them. I'll even turn floating names on here. Oh, he is resisting everything. I actually don't remember if I have done the side mission quest thing. It's probably not the best idea to call it a mission because that's an actual thing in the game. Also, it is technically a quest in the quest log, so maybe that's the best thing to call it, like a side quest. It even says this is a repeatable quest that I have never completed, at least on this character. There's the Fell Beast. Yeah, I don't remember doing this one on any of my characters. I say that, but I remember a fear like this, so maybe it was from the Fell Beast. And actually having that fear specifically is what is reminding me that maybe I have in fact done this before on another character. And more level 100 jewelry. This is why I honestly could do the epic battles. I could do one set of epic battles like this on my Warden, just so I can get some strong level 100 jewelry on it. Since, as we all know, my Warden is underpowered. Especially after the adventures in Torlane's Crown. I think it's pretty interesting. The Minas Tirith, never mind, I totally got mixed up there. For some reason, I got that mixed up. The Minas Tirith map, it looked like a different one. It actually made me think of, let's see, how do I go to this? There's a way to go to this.
Make haste. Assail the
Oh, that is after Battle Minas Tirith. There's a way to get to the Midsummer Minas Tirith, and I forget how to exactly do that. Yeah, here's the Midsummer one. For some reason, this is the map that looked like it pulled up at first, but that is not the case. Okay, so I think they are doing the Watchtower for the people in the group. I really am. There's, unfortunately, just not too much I can contribute. Could contribute a little bit, but it's not, unfortunately, it's just not that impactful. And with the epic battles, it's, besides the side quest missions, even the siege towers in this one, there's not that much else you have to be actively doing the entire time. Oh, there's another siege tower actually going up north. I could help with that. See, that is something I could help with, is the siege tower right here. Alright, I will help with a tower for once. I wonder what races the brawler will be available to. I assume the race of man and dwarf. But it'll be interesting for when I go to make my brawler, what it will be. I also cannot think of a name for a brawler. I like to do the name, some sort of Louis looped into it. So like the Beorning, instead of doing like Beorn Louis, a lot of people call it our Bear Louis. I think usually Bear or Beorn is more common in Beorning names, but I did the Ning part of it, so it's like Louis-ning. But I don't know if there's anything like that for the brawler. I have like Lugler for my burglar, which oddly, I don't know how that name works out, but it actually kind of does to me. And Louis lost for a hunter, kind of like Legolas. Which, by the way, there still is no relation between Louis Lost and Legolas. And then who else? There's somebody else I have that is like that, but I cannot think of one right now for a brawler. There's Helm Hammerhand, who is a big inspiration, I think, for the brawler. Also Tolkis, I believe is the name, but I'm not sure if like a Lucas would work. That sounds too much like Lucas instead of Lucas. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about a brawler name in the future. There is Grond, that is the name of that. And eventually, once again, I think we will get to that NPC that is in the thumbnail. But, oh, I can actually jump down here. That was an accident. I'll have to find my way back up. This slow is really slowing. I can use my movement speed buff, but that is still going to set me to 60%. It's not just like it's minus 60% run speed, it actually sets you to 60%, so even if you have run speed boost, you are set to 60%, so can't go past that. So, Pro Geralt, you are wondering if there is a way to get more inventory space aside from LOTRO points. I believe being a subscriber can get you more, but other than that, it's just LOTRO points. No way to get that in game or anything, unfortunately. Yeah, it's after you get all the inventory spaces, it really helps out. But inventory space and management, especially with all the items you get in LOTRO, even task crafting, all that sort of stuff, it takes up a lot of space. So I definitely get those issues. And I think it's a lot worse, especially if you are free to play or something like that.
The lines are broken.
Okay, so we got this epic battle done. It was by far, it seems like the slowest one. At least it was the slowest feeling one. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump back down. Oh yeah, Premium Wallet, that is something Roland B mentioned. Premium Wallet helps a lot because barter items, there are a ton of barter items that I have in my wallet that would actually be in my inventory if I did not have those. Like all these taxidermy items I believe would be in my inventory. Maybe not those, but things like Rift coins, Rift Iron coins, the Helgcham's Beaks, Blades of Dunkar, all those things, Dunikar rather, would be there. So here is the character that is in the thumbnail. I think that might not actually be him. That might be not Gothmog. But yeah, we get to see the breaching of the gate, not the Necromancer's gate like Mirkwood. Rather, what was the name of that thing? Gronk or something? I don't remember exactly. It seemed like something like Gronk. Oh, and here I am in the background. You can actually jump and move your character around even though you can't really do much of anything. See the Guardian jumping right in front of the camera? No, I will do that. I tried to go after all of them. This is actually not, I meant to put the Witch King of Aethmar in the thumbnail, but I put Gothmog. I got those two mixed up, which one actually showed up in this epic battle. There we go. I'll heal everybody up in preparation for this. Let's see, I did get a bracelet for this character, which is an upgrade in Vitality. It's not really an upgrade in anything else compared to what I know a captain in my kin, who is actually an alt of somebody in this group right now, their captain, got a lot of better gear from epic battles than this character is actually getting. Even with the, I know the Vitality is like a minor component, that's just something that's been exciting for this character. I know compared to captains, Beorning don't get quite as much morale as them, but they have some nice boosts with morale and with cooldowns especially. You can get the morale up there in the blue line, which I am not in right now, but that's why Vitality is just such an exciting thing for this character, but all the other stats are not that great on this particular bracelet, unfortunately. Especially compared to what I have seen other people, namely that one captain is. Yeah, thanks for the runs. I'm set on epic battles for a few months again. Okay, so this character. This character is at 82. Yep, he's the, I guess, next in line. Okay, so for the rest of the stream, we're done with the Gondor epic battles, and as nice as Endoith is, I almost want to stay here just because the zone is so nice and we haven't been traveling in it too much in the daytime. I think it's a little bit, it's actually 4 dawn, okay. I was like, it's getting kind of sunrisey looking. So I will switch to my Warden, and hopefully LOTRO decides to work and actually lets me switch characters. Sometimes it just crashes and stops responding where the game needs to restart, and oh no. Okay, let's go back to this. Oh, actually, so it'll take me a minute to get back into the game, but I plan to go back on my Warden and do a couple more quest sets for this evening and then probably get things wrapped up. That was pretty good overall with the epic battles, I think. But it's something I probably won't immediately want to do again. And I'm going to actually reset the camera. Let's get back to the game before I do that. Hopefully it'll actually show in a minute. But I'm going to reset the camera because I noticed the focus, it's out of focus. And the only way to get it back in focus is actually turning it off and back on. Deactivate and then activate. And it should work. So Nightbling, you would love it if Standing Stone Games could spend some time not doing new content and working on fixing some game issues instead. I think there are a lot of people that think that. The problem is, I don't think it's something that they think would make them money and be worth their time investment. More so, I don't know, the developers or anybody from Standing Stone Games that actually plays the game might agree with that and think it's a good idea, but the maybe more businessy side of Standing Stone Games would not agree with that, is how I'm guessing it would work. I don't really know for sure how Standing Stone Games works with anything. Okay, so for the quests, yeah, I'll look at these 2 quests, see where they go, and that is what I am on right now. I do have the quest to the west. I believe that is actually from earlier. Task at hand, that is something I do not need tracked right now. I don't have task items. But yeah, those 2 quests, the 2 I have right now, I think are good to go for now. And then South Ithilien, those quests in general. Let me make sure my milestone, I did set that here, right? Farmer's Outlook? Lookout, rather. I always call it Outlook. I don't know, I feel like you should just call it Outlook. Retaking Gondor, here we are. South Ithilien, should eventually get there. Eastern Gondor, and then we're looking for quest in Southern Ithilien. I'm at 32 out of 35, so almost done with that deed. And then after this deed, maybe work on the quests in Osgiliath. Might actually go there and do all those quests on this character there. Oh, running into trees. This is a neat little river. To be honest, it looks like, I know sometimes water and LOTRO can be low quality looking sometimes, and then sometimes it looks nice. This is, oddly enough, I would say one of the times that the water actually looks pretty high quality, even though it's some place you probably wouldn't quite think of that. It looks like there is a damage here, polluted waters. Even with it being polluted waters, it actually looks like relatively high quality water in the game. I can actually run through it. Oh, that does sound fun right now. They were talking about the red maid. But yeah, the red maid, the spring festival is done, of course, so we can't run the boss from the vault scenario, held the red maid, but that actually does sound fun to do right now. After epic battles, any normal group content is fun to me, but yeah. Yeah, we don't have it available. That is what the was about. Okay, so we're at this camp. Is this the one that it said you could go solo, but they recommend a group? No disruption at Beorning, and that was the one where it said taking a friend is recommended, which my friend for this is the ill-omened hound that has been my adventure buddy throughout all of Gondor, basically. So I need to collect water samples from the Morgul Vale. The Morgul Vale, that is, I believe that is actually the name of the river, what it is actually called in the Morgul Vale zone. This is the Morgul Vale. It's kind of neat, that connection again. Actually having the Morgul Vale as a zone in the game now, they have the name consistent. Of course, the name of the river isn't going to change just based on that, but it is something that is consistent between the two, and it's nice. Now, I'm curious how I get these water samples. Oh, that's actually at the river. I was like, I thought maybe these dark waters, I was supposed to get samples of the dark waters for that. But we can go to the disruption at Beorning, which should be fun, just because it recommends taking a friend. Yeah, sometime this month. I'm guessing it will align with the anniversary since we seem to always have updates with festivals. Which the anniversary, I was just looking at that, I think it is a little less than 2 weeks. That's crazy. I actually found how long I've been playing, and it's... Well, do you know if when you make a forums account, or when you make an account, you get a forums account at the same time? Like if it's automatic? Okay, so my forum account is July 2nd or something, 2010. So I've almost been playing 11 years. No, I started just after that, so I'm actually on year 9 right now. I'll get year 10. This is a lot of quests, so if y'all can't tell, I'm still in my kin's Discord talking to them. But I totally forgot I have all this inventory stuff to do. I should have gotten my subscribers' town services. I wonder, it might be worth for me at this point, since I have my relics, just to destroy these. I kind of hate to do it in a way, but I get so many and I'll get so many that I really do feel like it's worth destroying those, and that'll help with the inventory management, so I can, at least for the rest of this stream, at least do that. So this is a lot of quests here, though. This is pretty exciting. The type of stuff I exactly have liked so far in South Ithilien is continuing as we go north in South Ithilien, closer to the North Ithilien. And I have to collect teeth. Nice. Might actually be a neat little trophy to have troll teeth, but I don't know. So what did I need specifically back there? That does not look like anything, so I can't head to the main camp. Actually, at the main camp, I might need to go over here and navigate my way down some way. I think this is not the way I actually need to go. Maybe I need to go around. This camp is causing me confusion, but I think I can go around this way. I don't know if it's gated the whole way around the other way. This is actually just not working either. Okay, so obviously this is not it, and I should be able to get into the main camp through another path. Yeah, this is the gate that I missed. So let's see if this camp is actually relatively difficult or not. I know in even some of the previous camps here in South Ithilien, I had to be a little bit more strategical with my pulls. Oh, so much slows, and I accidentally used the wrong skill. This is really throwing me for a whirlwind after the epic battles especially. I might have to disconnect from my Ken's Discord since I'm not playing with them anymore. That's also a little bit distracting audio going on right now, just jumping into a hectic quest camp. Try that. Oh, let me get the troll teeth. I Look at those troll teeth that I'm taking. I'm only getting one of those per trolls. This one I can't even see the teeth. I have to go way under, like go under them to grab the teeth. Yeah, I tried, like way back when they had trial accounts, I tried the game and did not like it. I think it's partially because I chose a lore master and they probably weren't the best option back then for a new player. And yeah, I decided that it wasn't worth the investment since I didn't like the game based on my trial. Yeah, exactly. When he started playing, I was like, okay, I'll try it, but I don't like it. Okay, I don't think I need these to work specifically. But yeah, way back in the day, for people that don't know, I made a lore master on my trial account, and that was like when they're talking about in the Discord lifetime VIP. So that is something that, because I did not like the game on that lore master that I made, or did not, based on my impressions with the lore master, I did not like the game. The combat, maybe I did try some other classes, but the combat was a little bit slower back in the day, even though I guess relatively even now the combat could be a little bit slow. The execution of skills and skill times is a little bit odd compared to some other MMOs, even ones like World of Warcraft and Rift with similar gameplay styles. The actual phase times with how skills work and how they execute is different. So that is probably some component why I didn't really take to it way back in the day. If I actually plan out this camp better, I could go on big AoE pulls. But yeah, with the lore master, they did not do much damage back in the day. Even now at low levels, they actually have gone back to that style of not doing much damage, but it's not like super hard to go through stuff. And they were complicated and had a playstyle that I probably did not really take too much of a liking to. I thought the lore master was more of a mage, like a destructive spellcaster. And nowadays, if you go in the red line, at higher levels, of course, they can be a little bit like that destructive. But back in the day, that was before the trait trees, especially, that was less so the case. And especially early levels, it was more about even your skills. A lot of your stronger spells actually cost morale. That was a pretty significant part of the class back then. That is another thing with it. So Elia, you're talking about the lore master is not a good class to start with because they're complicated, and yeah, that is a big component as well, especially again going way back in the day compared to games I played previously. There was no like support role, so I thought the lore master was like a damaging spellcaster. I did not really even consider. From what I remember, it was a bit odd. And yeah, just as you say, that's not the most immediately exciting class, and once you get stuff with them, they get more exciting. But at low levels, even nowadays at low levels, they're maybe relatively not the most exciting. You get like nowadays, of course, Sticky Chord, Lightning Storm, all those really fun spells, Ring of Fire, even if you go in the red line. Let me go ahead and turn these in. Yeah, I just need to kill a... What button did I just press? I think I pressed F3. Okay. But yeah, maybe back in the day, if I had chosen a different class, this was before Mines of Moria, so before the Warden and Runekeeper were released. I think the Runekeeper, when I did actually start playing LOTRO, was the first class I took a big liking to. And that was because it was more of a destructive, stronger spellcaster than the lore master. But if I tried a different class, maybe I would have liked the game more. I do not know. But yeah, way back in the day, before Mines of Moria, I did not have the option for Runekeeper at least, and of course for Warden. Warden is actually a class which I will talk about in a future video. That was something I didn't take the biggest liking to immediately, but was something that eventually did catch my attention, something I did like and do like, and is my most played class. Yeah, that's I don't know, been happening a lot to me too. Talking about somebody in the kin crashing when you try to switch characters. Usually I found it actually faster to just restart the game, has been my experience. Maybe I should actually just try not even bothering logging out and just exiting the game and get on a new character from start. Okay, so here is one of the named ones that I need to kill. Really? Huh. So Jonathan, you got the high elf now, so you're redoing your lore master. Yeah, the lore master again is a fun class now. I just want to make sure that is clear. I'm not saying it's a boring class. It's a class I haven't played in a while, but I even mentioned, I think early in the stream, it's almost something I want to get back to. I don't know if I want to remake a lore master, but if I ever want to do medium level stuff, like Isengard content that I just mentioned with my Beorning, maybe not the best for my Beorning upon further review. But do I need this guy? Yeah, I do need a word master. Ooh, thanks. We'll also get going, see you. Whoa. Hey, I was talking to my Discord. I don't know if I'll be able to be here, so... Well, I might normally have a request, I don't know. The 22nd is the start date. So yeah, 2 weeks. Okay, so got most of the stuff done here. This is where I already killed that named NPC. So Laia, you tried Lore Master twice. And you couldn't stick with it actually, but then you stuck with one past level 20. For me at least. The Lore Master, you have to get past level 20. 20 is actually a key level because you get the Bog Guardian. I know right now that really helps to improve the damage and pace. And then after level 20, if you like the destructive aspect of the Lore Master, you can get Lightning Storm, and then I think even Sticky Gourd, you get that at some point. And a lot of the more fun to me spells at higher level, so it's really something I think getting high level really can help the experience on that one. And just getting past that slow start. Okay, so now we are disconnected with the kin on Discord. I like to, sometimes during streams, I feel like I don't talk to them enough and everybody was sticking around. So I thought I would stay in that. Even though it really does make the streams kind of odd to me. Almost managing 2 conversations at once, somewhat. And trying to play at the same time. That ultimately got my Warden killed here once, unfortunately. So Jonathan, you got the Runekeeper to 55 and you want more utility. The Runekeeper to me has a surprisingly large amount of utility. Actually, you have the standard stuff with the crops, interruption, that type of stuff. But if you play the yellow line especially, you have a lot of stuns and dazes. And you even have your debuff remover is pretty unique in the way it works. You can pre-cast that in a way to remove debuffs. You have, of course, Do Not Fall, which I don't know that too much be considered utility, but it's something you have. Armor of the Elements even. you have your days, but compared to the Lore Master, of course is a support class, so they have a ton more utility. And yeah, Runekeepers can battle res, those actually do not fall, the skill I just mentioned, but the way that works is you put it on an ally and it is a buff, so they actually get rezzed when they have that buff. The only thing is the Runekeeper actually has to be alive for that to work. So one more Ward Master, and I need to destroy one more Statue of Sauron. This would be a really fun camp. Maybe I could switch to the blue line, since I'm not doing too well on the yellow line right now. I might actually switch to the blue line and try to do something fun for our last little bit. Yeah, with Do Not Fall, it lasts like 5 minutes, I think, something like that. So it's just something, it also has a 5-minute cooldown until you get some LI legacies, which you can actually get 2 Do Not Falls at once, which is kind of fun, but yeah, it's something you do have to time a little bit and plan out. You have to put it on somebody specific. You could put it on maybe a tank if you expect them to die in a fight. Sometimes that can actually be a strategy, oddly, in certain group contents. Just like let the tank die and then battle res them. And let's see, some other options would be maybe another healer, but kind of an issue you can actually run into is if whoever you decide to buff with that, they don't die, and it's almost like an unutilized combat res, especially, wow. That stun was not good for my Warden, so the ult main, I am doing good, but my Warden isn't, at least with that camp. I'm somehow still in combat. Oh, I still need to finish something there. No, I don't. I got everything done there. So I would utilize my return home milestone, but I don't think... Actually, I will utilize that. We'll go to... I wasn't planning, honestly, on doing this stream this long, but that is okay. We haven't been going quite 3 hours, but I think I will invest enough time on this Warden that it is worth. I will invest... This is the way I was going to originally say the sentence, so I'll just do that. It's worth investing the time on this Warden because I'm actually going to... Nope, I totally messed up that sentence. The point is, I'm going to spend enough time on the Warden right now that is worth investing the time and going to Bree and getting my subscriber town services. That is what I was supposed to say, essentially. So Jonathan, with the res, that is actually, you don't need a specific set with that. And yes, Jonathan, actually, if you don't know with the one bag to get a single bag with all of your inventory slots, you can do this little cogwheel at the top left of bag 1, and you can drag all these various slots that are in the different bags and just drag them to one bag, and that will, as all that will show, actually. So that is how that works. This necklace, just surprisingly, that offers a lot of morale. I think I have a better necklace for tanking if I do want that. Like, if I do want the defensive aspect of that, that's kind of neat that a random necklace there just has that much morale that I can offer. That is, compared to my current necklace, just to give some number amount to it, maybe 1500, a little bit over 1500 more morale. Okay, so I actually need to sell before I can even get the subscriber town services, just like my Beorning who we were on earlier. I do have my Shattered Hatchets locked, so we can turn in the rest of the tasks on this character.
Would you do something for me?
Except finish that and do that. Okay, go to Faramir's Outlook. I feel like at this point I just have to purposefully say it wrong. But it is Faramir's Lookout. I think Lookout makes more sense. I don't know why I always want to call it Outlook, because Outlook... Alright, so I should be back. That was very weird. And so last time I crashed in LOTRO, also Google Chrome crashed. But this time, when LOTRO crashed, it decided to take OBS with it. So the stream probably got interrupted there for a minute. I got back up pretty quickly. We can go, well, it's black screen and I'm getting LOTRO back up. We can go to this great view of the Middle Earth map that is back here. Got my character, let's see if we can see this. My character, Warden, is right around there. right near, next to Minas Morgul in South Ithilien. And Elia, it could be because of Microsoft Outlook. I do actually use that. That's what my school and work email is tied to. Now, the problem with going back with the map and showing that is I have to get back, reposition myself where I was, and the game is loading up. There we go. Well, that actually was very quick. Wow, catching up, that took me forever, but catching up with all my notifications on my phone while I'm at the loading screen here. Oh, so Elia, that's the first time you've seen the map. I have showed it plenty of times on stream before, especially when I got it, I kept like showing it and going over it. We can go back to that for a minute. Let's stop shaking as I actually scoot back, but yeah, this is the map. It's surprisingly nice. It is a tapestry style map and just turned out surprisingly nice since I got it on Amazon. It was relatively cheap. Anyway, we can go back to the game. I don't know, I will say I don't know what like time period it is supposed to be in. The only reason I mention that is because on the map, let's go back to this since it'll probably help. I don't know if y'all can read it, but right here it says Ingmar of Old. I have no idea what sort of significance there is with Ingmar of Old, but that is something about the map that I noticed. I don't know if that is any relevance to time period, what age it is from, or well, I assume it's like a regular third age map, and maybe that's just compared to LOTRO specifically. LOTRO just says Ingmar instead of Ingmar of Old. But yeah, I have shown it actually throughout a few different streams. Could just be you didn't catch whenever the various times that could have been, since I'm like kind of obviously not constantly throughout the streams just showing it, but is what is in the background behind me. I feel like the most recognizable part is the mountains, the Misty Mountains area, and Mordor as far as what is recognizable behind me. Maybe Rovanian, if you can see that next to my head, I guess, depending on where exactly I'm positioned. Okay, so in the book, Ingmar doesn't come back to power, but LOTRO brought it back as the original main villain. Okay, that is why. So that is just the distinction. Yeah, I remember Ingmar was, they actually talked about this scenario, which scenario did a stroll through Forkel stream today, which I did not get an opportunity to watch. I might go back and watch that. But anyway, when he did a stroll through Ingmar stream, I remember them talking about they wanted it to be like the pinnacle of evil as far as Ingmar, and I feel like that was a little bit successful. To me, the pinnacle of evil, though, shouldn't take long to find it. It's actually a good thing if it takes long to find the pinnacle of evil. Also, I should have some quest turn-ins. Shouldn't I? Or did I just finish? Glow for Molnthar. Okay, I was like, I should have some quests to do. At least we do have quests. But the true pinnacle of evil, at least after Ingmar, is coming up soon. Maybe. Hopefully not, but maybe. Need to go south and then I can go north after that. Oak Barton quest for you, Rohan? I could see that. That's the Oak Barton quests are something I can enjoy once every few years. Well, the good news is I am not seeing the pinnacle of evil right now. Some people, oh, there it is. These are actually not too bad versions of the pinnacle of evil, but we'll get more detail on that later. Okay, collect water samples. I'm guessing from this little like splashy area. I'll get a water sample. And then probably one on the other side if I had to guess. It's really nice that this is actually runnable, and there's actually 2 spots for it. I really do. I wonder if I have the face cam cropped differently than normal. I don't see how I would. Maybe it's the monitor. Sometimes I'm like, so the monitor I can actually lift up like that and make it point upwards a little bit more, but this is like its general resting position, but sometimes I notice it's like pointing down more than normal. I guess I could get one more. I'll have to go up to the northern part anyway. Well, that's actually the damage of that. It's actually adding up. Sometimes does 2,000 damage. I wonder if it builds up over time. Let's see if I can out-heal that. It's going to be hard to out-heal that, actually. I know I get some out-of-combat moralgen and all that. But the Pinnacle of Evil... This is a weird split in the landscape, a little bit of a tear there. Which I assume some people know are these ugly bushes. Now I will say these are relatively small variety. Sometimes the bushes are very large, especially the ones in like Golden Orient, for example. But I do believe these are the evilest things in LOTRO. Which is why I think it's oddly fitting for the theme of Gondor. That is a roving threat. Alright, we are going to try the roving threat. I could actually see some reason for wanting to be in the yellow line for this, but these the Mumakil roving threats and warbands, they are very tough. So this is something I do want to equip my tank gear and try this. I did the necklace already, yep. I really don't remember what gear is tank gear and what gear isn't. That is a problem. And then I'll have to remember what is what when I switch back. And then the cloak. I'm actually already... No, this is the cloak I want. Okay, so I'm in my tank gear. And I'm going to even eat my foods. And we will try to solo this random roving threat that I happen to rove towards. Alaya, I am glad whenever somebody agrees with me about the bushes, just because it's like one of the biggest things about the game that I feel like, I don't know what it is, but they're just ugly, and I feel like a lot of places they could just remove them, and I think the game would actually look significantly better. Alright, so the main thing with this roving threat is stay out of those boxes, and I might want to kite it the whole time, which is going to be odd in the blue line, especially because I really cannot kite with my keybinds all that well, so I might actually click a lot of these builders, which I don't like doing. Also, getting a warband quest in the middle of this is a little bit scary. I believe I can slow this thing, but while I don't have it slowed, I actually don't think it's bad to be in melee. Oh, let me use Never Surrender. He's actually, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but the morale of this Mumak is going down relatively decently. Okay, he was slowable there. That is good for me. Oh, let me go ahead and use a defensive buff. And I have to watch the movies. I assume the Frodo and Sam seeing their first Mumak is like a visual scene from the movies. That is something I have to watch those again. I have means to watch that now, actually, which is something I have to actually do. I think Never Surrender might have triggered. I also want to stay behind the Mumak, which is really odd. I also think it's funny. This is actually the first time I have seen one of these Mumakil in the treed area. I think, yeah, he's about to do that thing. I don't have my potions on my skill bar. That is quite scary. Okay, let me slow him. There are my potions. They only show up when I have my inventory open, though. That's odd. Let me try to drag them again if I find them. Okay, so as far as heals go, oh, I just pulled an extra enemy. Let me take care of that. Oh, no. Okay, we got it down a little bit. I don't know if I want to spend the rest of the time, rest of the time in this stream trying to kill that specific Mumak, the roving threat one specifically, the regular generic Mumakil. That whole Mumakil versus Mumek, the plural there, throws me off all the time. I always want to call them Mumaks, but I tried to actually call them Mumakil. But compared to the generic Mumakil, like these guys, the Mumak, the roving threat ones are a lot tougher, so just to visually describe that, I will even go into DPS spec and the yellow line and deal with a single Mumak. It is actually a consideration, I will say. I think I've talked about this a lot with difficult content. The yellow line, there are actually some good things that you can do in the yellow line. Mainly with Seize the Moment, that is a big help in the yellow line for soloing difficult content. But I think overall, especially in Tarling's Crown, we noticed, or at least I noticed, that being in the blue line was definitely safer. Anyway, I think it should be obvious that a single regular generic Mumak is a lot easier than the roving threat Mumak. And it's just something I can actually avoid the mechanics, I think, of that other Mumak, the roving threat one. And that is one reason I want to try that again, because I do think it is soloable. Potentially soloable. I just have to actually get the mechanics down, and I might need to do the movement of moving myself up to help with that. Okay, so go back to the tank spec, the blue line. I still have all my defensive gear on. And I did not eat my subscriber's jug, or did not consume it rather. I actually don't even know the subscriber's jug. What are the mechanics of that? It says use this jug. I assume you drink like something in it. It's like a potion that accelerates your crafting time and prevents item wear somehow. Might be looking too much into that, but it's a subscriber's jug, so I assume you're drinking something out of it, some sort of concoction there. But let's try this again. I have my potions. I don't even remember if I used a potion last time, so that's a big upgrade I could do. Also need to do Defiant Challenge, keep that up a little bit more. Okay, get past this first stun. I also could have put all my buffs up. Heal up. So I'm actually going to keep the Mumak. I was going to try to keep him slowed, but he still runs fast. There is that thing. Oh, we pulled an extra guy, but I can... That's actually relatively no problem, and he is about to kill me. I saw that. That was one of the things I can avoid those attacks, I think. Just to actually look at what he did. He did... Okay, that's the Dark Water. Sweeping Tusk. That is what killed me, and that is what was damaging me the whole time. I could have just run behind him. I think I could have run behind him on that. I don't remember him turning around to actually face me specifically. And since the first attempt was so much better, I will do one more attempt on that. I'm setting my limit at one more try with that Mumak, and that is it. That would also get harder they fall. I know that's something I could just kill one of these two pretty quickly and get that done, but we'll do that. And yes, he does a lot of damage, especially to a squishy Warden. Even if I do have some of my tank gear on, I am still squishy. That would be fun though, I think, on a Beorning, thinking of something less squishy. Trying these roving threats like a Mumak on a Beorning bear versus the giant elephant with all the archers on top of it. Okay, first, let me actually put my buffs up, and I didn't use my consumables this time. That is one key to victory. Use your consumables. One of these should give me a lot of morale. Yeah, that gave me like 2,000 morale. And then Hope Token should boost my morale up. That actually gave me like 3,000. And then Dance of War, and then Conviction is the last one I need to do here, and then I will pull Range Resounding Challenge, I like to start with that just because it does a lot of damage and get the fight started off in a good way. I think he's doing his Sweeping Tusk or something. He did something. I don't know exactly what. These guys do so many things. I just know stay behind them is ideal. And maybe even far away. Like that. That little stamp there does 20-ish thousand damage. I should probably switch to melee. But it's something if I am behind him, that is one, or far away enough, I'm not entirely sure what that is, one that I can avoid though. And same with Sweeping Tusk, that is actually the thing that killed me right now. It looks like is what he's using. Should also probably zoom out so I can see things a little bit better. Okay, he's not doing anything there. And occasionally, I don't know if these guys can actually be affected by Desolation, but that's probably something even just for damage, something good for me to put on occasionally. And maybe we'll keep the fight mostly melee and not worry about the whole kiting stuff unless I actually do specifically see him doing something. There's Sweeping Tusk, by the way, that same thing that killed me twice in a row now. Okay, let's do some damage while I have the health. I think I'll run through my defensive boost as the next thing. I also do want to point out, this guy obviously has a lot of morale, so this is a fight that will last a while. It's kind of that similar style fight of what we did in Tarling's Crown with the Fellowship instance there. See, this is scary if he does his frontal stamp or even Sweeping Tusk. Oh, he did something that got my morale down. I'm going to use a potion, which that was good there. Oh, and I think I pulled the Dark Waters. Oh, let me hit that. The Dark Waters, I mentioned earlier that it's like relatively not much of a problem, but I think their tactical damage could actually add up a little bit. Okay, so I am going to do this until I get settled while the Mumak is climbing the trees. Cannot find my cursor to change stances, so I'll have to use that keybind. It's Restoration. I also feel like just being constantly on the go, even rotating around it, just ensures that I see him doing one of his things so I can avoid all the damage from that. So I have Never Surrender, the buff up for that. And then I have the, yeah, that thing's going to do a lot of damage to me. That's actually Sweeping Tusk. So it wasn't a lot of damage at once, but it could have been a lot of damage over time. And I think I'm zoomed out all the way on the camera. I know it feels like I should be zooming out more, at least it does to me, but this is all I can zoom out right now. I'll go through my heal line. Also, when he does that knockback, it seems to do a relatively decent amount of damage to me. Can even put my morale taps up just to get something extra going on for the heals, which I am all healed up right now. I'll actually even run through my heals, I think, to make sure those heal over time stay up. Also should be using, this is something I should be using throughout the entire fight, is my javelin skills, but mainly thinking the warning shout, which decreases the outgoing damage, and Defiant Challenge is actually a big skill there because that increases my own mitigations. Okay, I'm actually going to go ranged here for a minute while he does that, and I can get around him and get a heal off while he is doing that. Oh, I think I am stunned in the archer area. That could one-shot me. Okay, I had my potion off cooldown. That was bad timing in a way that I needed to do that, but good timing. I was able to get that up. Oh, my morale's going down. This is not good. There's not much more emergency healing that I can do solo, but I can do some things to help the healing go by a little bit faster. Wow, he has a lot of health still. Compared to the Tarling's Crown Fellowship instance, I'm having to use my heals a lot more, so it's going extra slow with the fight. It's not like something if I do a ton more damage, like killing him before he kills me type of thing. It's more so just outlasting and surviving the whole time. But if I do have the opportunity, I feel like I can squeeze in more damage than I have been while I have the opportunity to do that. But maybe like right now, I'll start building my defensive chain again. And use Conviction next. And yeah, Elia, I am fully zoomed out, and I really do think that shows how giant the Mumak is. Like, I am barely larger than his feet, if even, well, taller than his feet. I don't think I'm larger than his feet. Hello, Din Jaren. You joined at an exciting time here trying to get this Mumek. Honestly, I do feel like... Oh, he's doing a sweeping tusk. That was... See, this is the exact type of thing that I should be avoiding. He's likely going to kill me, but maybe not. Oh, he did. Wow. Alright, I said that would be my last try, and that will be my last try. But that was disappointing, the way he killed me. See, that's the type of thing that went on the first 2 times that I feel like was avoidable. It's just such a long fight that I do feel like it's hard to not let something like that happen, actually, at least for me. But I feel like I put up a good effort. I really would like to kill the thing solo. There's not too much reward, to be honest, for me to kill it solo. So it's not the biggest deal. But if I had more time, if I was planning on streaming a long time tonight, that is actually probably something I would try again. But I do want to get this quest done with the water samples. And I can go ahead and get this repeatable the harder they fall. Go ahead and get that repeatable done at least. This Mumek's actually a little bit dangerous. This is one of the ones I do think would be easier to do on the yellow line. Not sure the roving threat would be easier to do in the yellow line, but this one, I really do think there are some things that could make it easier in the yellow line, mainly that I'm far away and kill it faster. This is a situation of kill it before it can kill me in the yellow line. I'm even right now using a lot of my DPS stuff. So it's not that dangerous overall, but I see him doing a lot of the same things the roving threat one does. It's just the roving threat one does a lot more damage when it does its things. Even sweeping tusk and this pound skill, all those. Actually, he's doing sweeping tusk right now, but all those do less damage, of course, than the other thing. And it also just goes a lot slower. He's even resisting stuff, which is not good, but me killing it is a lot slower. In the blue line, even if I am relatively high damage for tanks, I'm killing it slower. I'm actually doing a bad enough job. He keeps resisting, evading. I just saw another resist, all those things coming up there. When it happens to a gambit that is supposed to do a lot of damage over time, then that is where the issues come in, but we got that one. We got the easy little Mumek. Made me feel a little bit better, I guess, and got that repeatable done. Alright, moving on. We need the water sample. Maybe we can do the warband. That's another challenging thing that... I don't know how challenging that is. I might even be able to do that in yellow line fairly easily. We'll see. Pre-nerf yellow line, this would have been an easy warband, I'm guessing. I don't know, post. This is something, I want to try this in the yellow line, just for fun. I know pre-nerf, the damage over time component of it would have been a lot better. Let's do range resounding challenge instead. But we'll see how this goes in yellow line, post-nerf to shattered javelins. When I get seize the moment like this, it can still be okay. Ooh, the problem there was I was taking a lot of damage. Let me go ahead and slow them. And then I might do another resounding challenge. Let me remove those debuffs as well. Okay, I think they're at a point where I am fairly settled into the fight and I can use some more single target stuff. I'll go ahead and restore my power a little bit just to be safe. And I don't know if this guy is that safe to get into melee range. I feel fine testing that for a little bit, but I'd rather get a seize the moment proc like I just did before that, just in case I do need to run away quickly. I won't be here that long. And I'd like to get one more gambit while I have momentum up. Don't know if I did get it, but it really doesn't matter, especially since he's dying anyway. And there we go. So we got two semi-challenging things to make me feel better about not getting the roving threat down. If it didn't have that much morale and the fight wasn't that long, that is another that would be another case that I'd actually be willing to retry it right now, but since I am wrapping up with the questing and getting almost wrapped up with the stream, again, I just don't want to spend too long, and I feel like I'm talking about it so much because that is actually something I do kind of want to do, fight it again. You know what, I will give it one more attempt, but I will stay the L line. I just want to see, this probably won't last as long, but I do want to see how the L line holds up right here with it. I'm just going to go from the start and focus mostly on damage. I can do some heals. It's also really hard for me to kite with my keybinds, unfortunately. I almost feel like I could put auto run on. Oh, no, that probably doesn't work too well. And see, I'm doing a lot of damage, relatively a lot of damage at least. That is the benefit of the yellow line. All this damage that I'm doing, all those bleeds that I have going on. Scratchy Scroll 7, you're wondering how you get to Minas Tirith from Bree. Wow. That is... Minas Tirith is a long way off from Bree, so if you have to actually travel there, like travel on foot or something, going through Eregion, down to Enedwaith, down to Dunland, through Rohan, and then from Rohan you actually have a couple options. I'd have to look at a map to remember exactly. Ooh, if I can get this guy out to this open field. Wow. I'm going to be honest, this is working surprisingly well in the yellow line. I hope I didn't speak too soon, but I know there are all these benefits with the yellow line, but I'm still kind of shocked how well exactly it's working. I got a nice crit on that work. He's just so slowed that he can't even catch up to me. That's the problem with being a giant Oilifant in the middle of a forest. Might even use a power potion here. I know I was doing Dark Before Dawn, but I will use a power potion. This is the reason we try things multiple times. Like, I've already got him down to about as much health as I did in the blue line, even if I don't successfully kill him here. This is why it's sometimes good to try unorthodox strategies, I guess. He's losing a lot of bleeds. I don't even know which bleeds he has or doesn't have, like which tier gambits they are. One thing I could do actually is put some more morale taps on him. Okay, let's slow him again. Oh, don't want goad. Actually, I can take advantage of goad, casting goad, even if I do not want to cast goad specifically. Take advantage of the potency gambit that I will get. Let's see if that applies a bleed, and it did apply a bleed. Very dangerous move, but I decided to get a melee range to use Desolation. It was actually out of the range for that anyway. I'll apply my javelin debuffs. Oh no, that is not good that I was stunned. I don't want to use this potion. I really want to save it in case I need it a little bit more later because I can restore my morale. But I might, like right now, run into a situation where I could get hit in melee. Oh no, I'm running into that thing. Like right now, yeah, this is where I need to use the potion. That is exactly what I was saving the potion for. And I got Seize the Moment so I can start hitting him a little bit better for a while. Hopefully get some good bleed procs as I'm doing this. Okay, slow him. Oh no, this is not good. At least I'm not in the arrows, Rain of Arrows area. But that was a very scary stun, especially after that long into the fight. Anything this long into the fight when this Mumak is this close to being killed. Ooh, I have Never Surrender off cooldown. That's good. But anything is scary. Use a power potion just so I don't run into issues with that. Okay, he's down to under 300k. We're getting close to normal mob, normal signature elite health range. I won't feel comfortable until he's dead. Even at 100k, ooh, I almost ran into that warband again. That would have been bad. Especially at this point in the fight if they somehow decide to kill me. There we go, we got it down. I am glad I tried that again. And in the old line it went obviously a lot faster, but this Warden has made some good accomplishments lately. Morgul Crest, that is exciting. So, yeah, I don't even know what to do after that. So Scratchy Skull, if you are still here, another option, I guess either way you would have to go through Rohan, but from Rohan, you have, there way you can't click Rohan. That's actually something I notice sometimes. I think you have to go to Rovanian, and that'll take you to the Rohan area. They don't actually have a Rohan map, so you have to go to Rovanian. But anyway, from Rohan, you can either go, so from Dunland, it's hard to see on the map, but you can go from Dunland to Rohan, and then West Rohan, you can take the Path of the Dead down to Western Gondor and go through that way, or if you are on a regular server and not on a legendary server, at least you can go through the Fall of Vroras area to Far Orient here in southeastern East Rohan near Nin Hithal and go down from that. And that'll take you to Far Orient, and you can follow Far Orient down to Old Orient, and that'll take you to Minas Tirith. So a couple options there. The shortest one, of course, would be the Far Orient path going Eastern Rohan. But yeah, that is that, and this character, I'm actually very happy that I had the roving threat quest. That was probably something I just happened to pick up. I think, actually I remember this yesterday, or rather the last time I played this character, I was like, okay, I'll just happen to pick up the roving threat quest in case I do run into them and want to do them. By the way, that one is raid size difficulty, so that is nice. That might be the highest difficulty thing this character has done solo, but I almost say that kind of skeptically, because the Tarling's Crown Fellowship quest, I almost feel like is harder. Even some of the stuff in Tarling's Crown I feel like was harder than that Mumak. Even though this, as far as difficulty, size, group size, is a raid quest, so it's like 12-man. I do feel like some of the stuff in Tarling's Crown was more difficult. But it is still fun to solo any sort of group content, especially on a Warden. And I feel like extra so with that one, just because actually going into the L line, the DPS line helped with that. But we can get the quest turn-ins, and I think it is a good point for me to start wrapping up with the stream, and start wrapping up as in do like the final thing I plan to do with the stream. And it's actually something I forgot about, but I should do the missions. I really want to do one more mission especially, but 4 more missions. I want to do the War of Three Peaks missions. Okay, so this will, oh, entrance to Morgul Vale. So we have some exciting quests. We'll go to the entrance to the Morgul Vale. I guess we won't be going to the Morgul Vale, especially in pre-battle. Not until we get to after battle North Ithilien, we can start looking into the Morgul Vale a little bit better. I wouldn't mind actually turning in the quest for the roving threat, just to have that turned in though. But missions will be what I will wrap up the stream with. And just to review, I've actually been going, it looks like 3.5 hours, so made good time with this stream. I wasn't sure how much I would do. I know this is basically what I wanted to do this evening, take my mind off some school and work stuff basically. So that is good that it basically lasted that long, and the mission for that for me at least was accomplished. Let's filter this runestone and delete it at the same time, then open whatever that was. I got logs of poplar wood, which by the way, this character I really need to work on my crafting eventually soon. Maybe that's something I can AFK do in the next few days. Get my forester up. At the very least, I'd like to get my forester up. That's something I could do pretty quickly with all the Earlingus hides and the such that I have. I think I have enough resources that I could get to 840. Especially this would give me 200 XP. Just getting the piece of walnut bark with that.
Ithilien is
Alright, turn that in, got 5 gift givers brands, which by the way, I have tons of gift givers brands. Probably should get Infamous Scrolls of Empowerment, but I'm not really feeling the pushy need to get those. I think that's actually very funny that you can get for 3 times as many gift giver brands get Heritage. Which is, for anybody wondering, very much so not worth it. Definitely a lot more worthy getting the Scrolls of Empowerment. And they're cheaper. Even if the Heritage was 1 gift givers brands, I would still not recommend that. I would recommend getting the Scrolls of Empowerment at 10 times the cost even. But anyway, let's go to Galtrav and then take the Gobbleaka Recruiter stable to the War Room in at Curfew and then do 4 missions. I will try to do 4 missions that I have not done, but we might actually run into a case where I've done all the missions and we might have to repeat one, which is okay. But that is the strategy with the missions, to do ones that I have not done yet. I have a ton of them banked up in my quest log, so maybe for next week I can do a mission-oriented stream. Maybe even Saturday I could do that, mainly because Saturday is planned to be a relaxed type day for me. I'll potentially have a little bit of a longer stream then, but let's accept all these, at least accept all of them that I have. I feel like all of these I have done, they all sound familiar as ones that I have recently done, so I might, yeah, these are all, it says repeatable that you have completed. Repeatable that you have completed, so I have to find missions. This is almost tempting me to do the Wildwood missions on this character. I know I have a few of those that I have not done, but I'd rather save those for the Virtue XP weekend. I know I'm probably banking up too many things to try that weekend, but it is okay. I'm not, a lot of the landscape stuff I'm not specifically doing just for that. Skatha's Legacy. See, the problem is some of these missions I just don't remember. Matron ones are usually super easy, so we'll go ahead and do those. But since I have already done all these, yeah, this might be the quickest mission. One of the quickest missions. There might be 1 or 2 that are quicker, but this is one of the quickest ones because you just have to come here, kill this Drake, and that is it. You don't even have to kill all these little side NPCs. They're fun to kill, they give you task items and the such. But as far as completing the mission, you just have to kill the big boss there and then you can leave. Actually, you could just talk to this guy and leave. That's another benefit of this one, can just travel even if I'm in combat. So 1 down. But to do some outro-y stuff while we do this. Oh yeah, this is an issue. I know a lot of people have been complaining about how long it can take for the NPCs to work after completing a mission. You turn out the hatchery. Looks like I should have the inventory space for this. I really like the bonus character boost right now, especially because I'm trying to bank up on the Virtue XP. Just free up that inventory space. I actually probably need more inventory space anyway, so I'll just go to a vendor. Oh, I have to remember to try to do the task. I probably won't get the task done today, but that is okay. But yeah, getting both these 45 mission weeklies done is nice. And I found the character boost one to be most useful in general. I guess I'll go ahead and open that because you get a 1000 Virtue XP item. And the Essence Reclamation Scroll isn't the biggest deal, and even the XP thing isn't the biggest deal. I mainly like that for the 1000 Virtue XP. I found that, at least on this server on Anor, to be more worthy than even the LI boost or crafting boost, but for some other people they might like the other ones depending on what you need for your character. But just wanted to open that to show what it actually has. So let's do the other matron of the High Pass. This just means we get to kill another Drake. This one is LOTRO is the name. Looks like this one might be a relatively slow mission, even though I still think it'll be a pretty fast mission, because I have to actually travel a little bit more to get to the matron. The slightly larger Drake, I believe she is. Oh, that's a perfect time to actually seize the moment, because I was going to switch to melee anyway. and just use these Viscamus to finish everything off. I believe I still have one Drake chasing me, so I probably do need to go back and get that. I wonder if what happens if you step in this? You just start taking a little bit of damage, okay. Alright, might as well get the mission reward. It's not really the biggest deal since I have so many Gobblelaka ore marks, but since I'm right there, figure I'll loot it. Also, I was supposed to talk about outro-y stuff, so in review today, we did, if I can remember, Sacrificial Tower. I think that is a good one. Might be a little bit longer, but it's just a fun one I want to do, if I remember it correctly. Oh, this one we actually only have to do Scothy. I thought this was one where you had to kill like 3 named NPCs, but that might be called slightly different in the same tower. Anyway, in review today, I did a little tiny bit of questing in South Ithilien on my Warden to start, and then we actually switched to the Beorning for the epic battles, did 3 epic battles, the 3 Gondor epic battles on my Beorning, and that is what that is. The ritual has begun. I don't know what I can do for the ritual besides sit here and wait for that NPC to activate, which means just killing these things. And then after the epic battles, I came back on my Warden. We did a quest set, a fun quest set in South Ithilien, which is the zone I've been working on. And then after that, I think I did a couple, like one more quest maybe, but the big feature there was actually the roving threat Mumak, which I did not successfully do the first 3 attempts actually in the blue line, but then in the yellow line, the DPS spec, that turned out to be the best one because I successfully killed the roving threat. And also we did a fellowship or something like that warband. I don't really know the difficulty of that. I had an elite master, a couple elites, and a few signatures, but got that one done. Let's see, that was the Sacrificial Tower. Now the question is, what is the next one I want to do? Den of the Frostbound, maybe? Problem is, a lot of these I just don't remember based on the name. Specifically, Worm Hatchery. I believe that one you have to actually click the things. Usually clicking things are the slowest missions. So I will continue with Ozma. She seems to have good missions. Maybe Den of the Frostbound. This sounds like a short one. Defeat Hobgoblins. Yeah, this should go by pretty quickly. Go ahead and pull that one back there. I'll probably just run to the end of the cave anyway. And then the final thing we're doing in review again is the missions, and then a look for the future. Tomorrow, I don't plan on streaming, unfortunately. And Friday, I might try tomorrow actually to finish editing a video and try to have that scheduled for Friday. Assuming I actually get it scheduled in time, it would be like a 12 Eastern video, so like 11 my time. But anyway, that is my hope, to have a video on Friday, and it will be a class guide in a new style. So hopefully people can enjoy that one. Oh, I might still be able to leave the instance. Yeah, I should have just fought them from the start when I saw them come down. Oh, I even have another hobgoblin back there who almost was killed, but not quite. But yeah, that is what is coming up. After that, I do not have too much solid plans, at least for next week. I haven't really had much of a chance to think about it. Saturday, I'm tentatively planning on doing a stream. I don't know exactly what, but that is currently what I am thinking for Saturday. But this is the last mission. Oh, we actually completed the weekly as well for this, which is exciting. Getting lots of weeklies done. Actually need to sell once again so I can turn these in. I'm going to go ahead and mail the Virtue XP before we do that. Let me do this one. Watchtower, what did we do? Den of the Frostbound, that's right. Character boost. And then maybe one more with character boost, but I don't think I will have enough inventory space, so I can just get rid of essentially one of these heritages and hope that is enough. That is still not enough. Even 27,000, that's not that much. Okay, and then missions for the cause. I will get a scroll of empowerment for this character, 3 of those. So now I have tons of scrolls of empowerment and tons of virtue XP. I have shattered hatchets there, which perfectly goes in my inventory. So yeah, that is where we covered the review and what is coming up. So that is all I have for this stream. I had a lot of fun going through all the content here. Even the epic battles were relatively okay. I know they had their slower parts, but that was all discussed during these slower parts. And for this character, what I have to look forward to is Osgiliath and the rest of Southern Ithilien, and then maybe even going back and filling in the rest of Eastern Gondor as far as the quest. Also still do have things to do in Old Orient, so I still have plenty to do on the Warden. Definitely not running out of Gondor things to do. Gondor is such a huge area with so many things to do that it takes quite a while, which is a good thing that it's giving me a lot of content, a good thing that I'm actually enjoying it. Let me take this character just... I don't know, I guess I can stay in this war room, but it's just such an odd place. Usually I like to look out to the nice landscape. We'll look there as I finish this up. But anyway, yeah, a lot of exciting stuff coming up, I think, for this Warden. Still preparing in general for level 105. That will be coming to the Legendary server soon, but for now, that is all I have for this stream, and I hope you all did enjoy it and enjoyed all the content. And as we go forward with even more of Gondor, as I've already done so much, I hope you all will enjoy that. And if you did enjoy this, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member like somebody did earlier. That was Itachi Brass who became a channel member, so thanks to them for that during this stream. And thanks for joining and chatting and watching, everyone.